Hey, welcome everybody.
The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, bro, how you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all so much. It's Tuesday. You know, we have the panel. But before we get started, I want to say thank you to the NTZ crew. That's the No Troll Zone for keeping this a safe and respectable live stream. I want to say hello to my viewers who are going to watch this on replay. I know a lot of y'all can't make the live. And also any new viewers and subscribers watching today. Of course, my regulars. I see Skeptical Sorcerer on here. Jacob Tanjay, thank you, brother. No, I really appreciate y'all support, man. We got a new member to the panel today. We're going to let him introduce himself. I know a lot of y'all are familiar with him, but this will be my first time corresponding with him. I've watched his videos and everything. So I'm going to introduce the panel, and then we'll get started. But first, I forgot to do something. I always give y'all what's the exchange rate, Robert? Do you got that handy?
Yeah, we do. We got it right here, Calvin.
Okay, let me see it. Okay, 57.2. Yeah, that's pretty good. But we'll go ahead and let the panel introduce themselves. I see Gerard Black in the Philippines. Is that what that is, brother?
Yes, Black in the Philippines with the truth. And Calvin, first let me say it is an absolute honor, a privilege to finally meet you. You have inspired me. You have motivated me. You have been my example. And I love you, brother. And I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for what you give us,
I love you.
What you tell people about, and how you keep it real here in the Philippines, my brother. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Hey, I thank you, man. I love you back, brother. I appreciate you. I know you busy there. You just got married. I saw that. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, man, I did. Yep. I found my queen, and I'm not gonna let her go. So, hey, it's what we do here in the Philippines when we find the right one.
That's right. I'm gonna go and let Robert introduce himself, then, because I got a lot of questions for you. Because a lot of people, they're not familiar with your channel.
Okay.
I see that you're not getting the support that you probably deserve over there. So I'm just gonna try to help everybody to what you're doing, because man, they think that moving overseas is easy. It's not easy. But go ahead, Robert. Introduce yourself. You look like.
Are you talking to me? For some reason, you're breaking up.
Yeah, it may be your connection. Where are you located? Robert, go ahead.
Oh, me?
Introduce Robert.
We're right here in Tucson, and I saw your video today. That was a good video you pulled up there.
Introduce yourself, Robert.
Well, we're just hanging out here in Tucson. I guess you can call it semi-retired now. Got a bus driving job coming up.
How old are you, Robert?
I'll be 67 in January.
Wow, you're looking good for your age, man.
Well, this is why I want to remind people, you want to get that dopamine rush, get out there and lift some weights. You don't have to be in your bed watching video games.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, thank you for that super chat. He says, how you get the name Sunshine Shoulders? Who thought of it? I did, man. I was down in Zamboanga feeling sorry for myself during the lockdown. And I look out the window and I see this little boy going door to door. I guess he's asking for food or money. He's about 4 years old. And right across my neighbor, I meant to make a video there, but, it's a different story. I couldn't do it. But anyway, They're blasting Sunshine on My Shoulders by John Denver, man. And I just went up, they got the idea on my Facebook page. I said, well, I'll call myself Sunshine Shoulders. We'll spread a little light in places where only darkness used to be. And that sounds corny, but that's what I've done. And that's why I got the name, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, Alexander? Michael B. Michael B says, I'm a brother in the military and I retire in 3 years. You two have inspired me to take full advantage of the retirement opportunities there. Thank you. He said, thank you, Gerard. How long have you been here, Gerard? Gerard, I don't know if you can hear me.
Gerard. Hey, Gerard, can you hear me, Gerard?
Lost everybody. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hey, but I'm gonna cut you off and come back on. Okay. Okay.
Calvin, is he in the Philippines or is he back in the States now with his wife and kid?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to get that answer from him. I don't really know him. Can you hear us, Gerard?
Yeah, I can hear now. Okay. I'm sorry I keep moving around, but I'm trying to find the best reception. I'm in the Philippines. I'm in a place called Ablon. It's near San Jose in Negros Oriental. And the mother has 2 kids. She has a child 11 and one about 9, 8 or so. And we're planning on having a 3rd child. So I've been here for about 5 years. I've gone back to the States twice. I was going to go back last year, but I got trapped with the pandemic. So hopefully next year I'll be making the trip back to the States, only for a brief visit because I got to get back home.
Yeah. Now, what kind of visa are you here on?
What kind of what?
Visa do you have?
Right now, it's funny you should say that. I just went through the process of going through MBI and getting all my stuff together. All my paperwork is now at the at immigrations. I plan to get some type of marriage visa, I guess, whatever visa that is, but that's what I'm applying for. You know, so because right now I'm outside my extension, probably about a month or 2 months, but that's only because we're in the process of changing the requirements for what it is that they're recommending I get to be able to stay here and stop, with all these extensions.
Oh yeah, so you just came back from immigration, or you haven't extended?
No, they have my paperwork. We were there last week, and they told me to go home, and they'll call me when they get the paperwork back from Manila, asking for, I think, for another 120-day extension. I don't know. I might have to step out and go to Thailand for a couple of days and then come back and start the whole process over again. But I'm going to wait and see what they tell me and what they suggest I should do.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I saw Michael B. Michael Beach Your Life on here, man. I'm kind of disappointed, man. I asked you to come on the show and kind of just share your experiences with the community, man. Ain't no big deal, but I understand if you're busy and everything.
Who's that?
That's Michael Beach Your Life. He's one of my moderators. He was here in the Philippines. He just recently left. He was here for 3 months.
Okay.
And I just kind of share, his experience here, because all of our experience can help each other. See, I got more than a vlog, Gerard. I don't know if you know. I've got a community. I'm building a community of men and women, man. Just like the Filipinos have communities around the world, I'm trying to do that over here.
Okay.
So brother or anybody, we all brothers, but so I call everybody brother.
Yes.
Call everybody brother. If you down on your luck or whatever, man, we can help you.
That's what Calvin calls the good guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about our own individual perspectives. You know what I'm saying? And you always got to keep in mind that we are all just entertainers in our own way. This is for entertainment. I mean, what we can do is give you suggestions. We can tell you our experience, but we don't give you, anything written in stone for you to do, because you're on your own journey. You know what I'm saying? And you have to find out things for yourself. Oh, I have a friend of mine, who, he's been outside his extension like 6 years. So he had to go to Manila a couple of days, yesterday, to try to get his stuff taken together, because he has to go back to the States. So I haven't spoken to him, but I'm curious to find out the outcome of, what he's going through, because, when you're in a foreign country, or even if you're in the United States, it pays to just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do, is do the right thing. It's hard to do stuff that goes against your soul and go against the grain and do something bad. But if you do the right thing, man, I mean, everything falls into place.
Right. There's car dealers. He says, "Hey guys, I'm Vladimir from Russia, and I stay in the Philippines." Hey, good morning, Vladimir. Glad you could join the channel. When do you start your new job, Robert?
Well, we're going through the preliminaries, the interviews, and certain things have passed already. And now we're on to some screening.
Okay, yeah. Now, are they going to pay for your security clearance, or do you have to pay for that?
Well, I have a registration with a DPS registration, and that'll be brought up current, and the company will help me do that. And then you can take classes here, or the company they can give you their own training. And then of course the drug screen. And I was talking to my brother today, and I said, they can write it up the way they want, a 5-panel or a 9-panel, and they could do a 20-panel. It don't matter.
Yeah. So nothing's going to come up about your pimping days out in California, is it, Robert?
We all got those.
They're gonna say, you know what? He treated him right, and just like every other man out there, most of them, when they find an end to that relationship, it's the woman that files for divorce.
Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah, that's what the statistics say, Robert. They're on our side. W Secrets to Success blog. What's up? He said, "Where's OG Fred?" OG Fred, he's taking a break from the panel, and I think that's good, because I'm going to have an interchangeable panel. I don't think I'm going to have anybody on here specifically every week, because I want to get different points of view. But Fred is getting ready for his trip back to the Philippines. And, it's a lot that he's got to do, because his wife is still working, and, he needs that time off. And, because I was getting ready to read his eulogy to everybody. I was going to do his eulogy. I was going to burn.
Oh, is this the Robert you were saying who died?
No, No, Fred, OG Fred. He's like German. He lives in Guam, but he's been married to his Filipino they've been married for 33 years, and he just got information
God bless him, wow.
With everybody. And I brought him on the panel one time because we correspond all the time. And hell, he became almost like a celebrity. Every damn YouTube in the Philippines snatched him up. And that's what's going to happen to you, Gerard, after this. They're going to start giving you requests to come on their channel. Promise you, it's going to happen.
Well, I have no problem with that. I definitely got the gift of gab, just like you and most bloggers like to think they have. But I have no problem sharing my experiences. When I'm on, I also speak a lot about my past history. I just don't keep it on the Philippines and sometimes I think bloggers, don't really share about how their life or lifestyle was in the U.S. or where they're from. And sometimes that can be just as colorful as living here in the Philippines. But it is a big difference when you're living in a third world country, man. I mean, I'm telling you, man, life is good here. You know what I'm saying? And all you have to do is just, like I say, is just do the right thing, man. I mean, the women are nice. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not crazy about the food. I mean, I'm just not crazy about the food. I try to keep it as American as I can, but you know, outside of that, you know, I like to hear, you know, some of the stories from bloggers of how they roll in the U.S. and in the Philippines, because it's like the two sides to both coins, you know.
That's right. Yeah, people want to know how you got here. They want to see that transition, you know. But at the same time, they're watching us because we're in the Philippines. I know you know that.
Right. Yeah. True.
If you go back to the United States and you start vlogging from there about the Philippines, you're going to lose 90% of your viewers. Okay.
Okay. Well, you know, with me, I came here to the Philippines, you know, just for 30 days, because, you know, I have a magazine that I put together. I published in the U.S. and now I'm publishing it here in the Philippines. It's called Filipino Soul Magazine. And I came here to put it was my Las Vegas issue, because I moved it from Las Vegas. But after 30 days, you know, when it's time to go back, I said, shoot, I'm not going back. I'm staying in the Philippines. It's nice. It was just nice. I mean, the people, you know, I tell you what really blew my mind. You know, Robinson's is a big department store, and outside the store it has these benches, and people sit waiting on the bus. You know, the individual seats that attach to one another. And I was sitting in one. I walked to sit in one. I passed this one woman and sat on the other side of her, so I'm looking at her back. But her pocketbook was between the two of us. And in the U.S., you know, the woman would have grabbed the pocketbook and put it in front. Calvin, for about 15 minutes, she never turned around to look at her bag. And that was something that hit me. I said, oh my God, are these people that trusting? I said, I'm in the right place. Because, you know, automatically right off the top, I knew that this was a culture that didn't look at me and was spoiled like, you know, or tainted as how blacks are viewed in the U.S. And I really had a very good feeling about the Filipino people from that point on, and they have not let me down since.
Yeah, that's a great story. I talk about that all the time about me not being a suspect over here. But let's give Vince Lawson, thanks for that super chat. He said, glad to see you two finally connected.
Yeah.
He said, I watched the wedding video and I liked it. He said, I love watching these videos from behind a cloud of smoke.
Yeah, thank you.
One of your issues, why you go back and forth, Vince, that smoke is not legal over here yet. Yusuf got a question for you, Rod. He says, how long did it take for you to adjust to the Philippines and be comfortable?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, it didn't take long for me to adjust here because, see, I came from, I've been in the entertainment business for a long time. I used to be the Godfather, Soul, Mr. James Brown, personal photographer, and a whole lot of stuff. So, you know, I was planning on going to Europe after I left Vegas, but I was also on the tail end of a very bad drug addiction. You know, so, you know, I wanted to go someplace where I can rehab. And the Philippines hit me because I knew the president had a no drug policy. And, you know, and so it caught my attention. I said, I know I would go to the Philippines and just chill out, you know, and just dry out, you know, like that. And that's what happened. You know, I came to the Philippines and it was beautiful. There was no drugs. There was nothing like that. There just wasn't that ugliness that was in the United States here in the Philippines. And that was a big selling point for me here in the Philippines.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of drugs here. It's just that if for somebody like us that come here and mind our own business, they're not going to be readily accessible to us like it is in America. I can go right next door and hey, where can I get me a nickel bag, right? But over here, you can't do that. You really got to go looking for trouble to find the drugs over here. So that helps. I could see that. But remember, you can't run from yourself. The drugs aren't the problem.
That's right. That's right.
We're the
That's right.
problem.
That's right.
So that's what
That's
you
right.
got to get together. Let's welcome Michael Beach Alive here, man. I didn't want to pressure you, but I just think that you got a lot to offer a lot of the new guys, Mike, because you're fresh out for your first trip to the Philippines. And we met several times, and it looked to me like you had a great experience. I just wanted you to share it with us.
Yeah, man, I'm real green, as they say, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my very first trip. I booked for 3 months and some change, and actually I planned on completely blowing that away. But the Philippines abruptly did an about face with their recent regulations. So I figured it's going to be easier to get back in. So I just went ahead and took that November ticket instead of burning it. But yeah, this was an amazing experience. My very first time. Met a nice girl online, and yeah, I'm coming back. I booked my ticket for mid-January, before I even got on the plane to go home. So
yeah. So how did you? Where were you staying? Where were you staying, Mike? Where were you staying?
I only stayed in Cebu Island and mostly Cebu City. So I landed and I went to the South Road properties just past the casino in a little area over there for about a week. Caught food poisoning. My old lady, God bless her soul, she revived me. And we went to another property in IT Park. Familiar, Revita Tower? Riala?
Yeah.
Avita Tower, I believe. Yeah.
Hey, tell them about the time we all went out to dinner. We supposed to go to the Moon Cafe. How many people were
Deep.
in our party?
It was deep. I could see your crowd because I was a little bit late, and I could see your crowd taking up the whole terrace. I was like, oh, that's probably Calvin over there. And sure enough, we got close, and yeah, you were right in the middle of the scrum. But yeah,
Wow.
I wanted to go back to that restaurant. That was pretty good, Moon Cafe on the terraces there. But yeah, we took it downstairs to, was it TGI Friday or whatever? That was, they rolled out the red carpet for you, and they gave us like 8 tables or something.
Yeah, it was nice, man. But that's the community that we're trying to build. It's a pretty good community. You met some people, right, Michael?
Yeah, you say it all the time. It's more than a vlog, and that's right. It's a community of brotherhood of men. A lot of veterans, a lot of all walks of life, drinkers, non-drinkers, partiers, non-partiers.
Yeah.
Go after it, guys. Not go after it, guys. Yeah.
So overall, how was your impression of Philippines for the first time? Just kind of give the guys an idea of what they're going to see when they get here.
Okay, so I'm 44, and this is my first time leaving the country since I left the Army in 2003. So with that said, I had plans on going to the Philippines, Vietnam, possibly Laos, and maybe some other places, Singapore. And I don't know why I followed y'all's other footsteps, but I got to the Philippines first, and I didn't have any need to leave. It just had everything that I wanted. And my next trip, I'll probably go to Thailand or something like that. But yeah, man, something about the Philippines. What people say it is there's expectation and your reality, right? The real realities on the ground are it's the nicest people in the world. They're very welcoming. No matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, if you hold some dignity about you, man, they're going to lift you up. And that's from the guy who helps you in the door to the girl who checks you out at the supermarket to the girl at the jeepney stop, man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to give you all some game. The jeepney stops are where it's at. Just when you're walking to your favorite spot, just walk slower through that area, because you know the gumption you get to say something's only going to last but a moment. So just walk slower through them areas, man. The jeepney stops. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great advice. Let's
Wait,
get
wait,
Robert.
wait.
Let's get Robert in.
Hey,
here
Robert,
for
what's
a
up?
minute. When is your next? When do you plan on making your next trip over here? I know that changed because you're working. Well, you're about to take a job now, but
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but you know, I talked to the recruiter and he knew my plans, and he said, you know, stack up a few chips first, Robert. You'll be glad you did. Now, I'd like to just give a shout out to all these Filipino shops here in the United States. There, you can always find something local here. Filipino food. Get used to the menu. Get used to the different items on the shelves. You can always find a nice Filipino store here in the States.
absolutely, especially out west. You know, there's more Filipinos in the United States than any other country, and that's part of that support group I'm telling you about. And you know, if you go up in Angeles City and places like that, you will see more Western style restaurants. But
That's where I first got introduced to the Philippines. I had a business of my own in Phoenix, a water and ice store, and I'd go across the street to the Filipino store, and they had a little local newspaper. You know, there was more information in that newspaper than what I was getting on the mainstream news media.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you said a mouthful right there, and I always say it. The news over here is actually news. It's not commentary. We got commentary in the United States now. It's not even news.
I was shocked. They were commenting on joint military exercises, and that wasn't in the news. I thought, wow, this is pretty amazing.
If you get shot, they'll show the body in the car with the blood running down the street. They do all that over here. It's not like they treat you like an adult over here, not like a child.
But go out and get you some good Filipino food at one of these shops with they cook some good food.
Well, you know, Gerard was saying he didn't like the food. Well, see, there's only so much you can do with chicken, beef, pork, and fish. I just have Merlin cook it like I'm used to eating it, and I don't.
You heard my point was, you know, get used to it and find out what's on the menu before you get there, because it's going to be the same. And then look on the shelves. You know, there's a lot of good products on the shelves, different kinds of noodles and mushrooms and just a lot of different stuff we're not used to. And I might add, get used to the box milk.
Talk, Robert, talk. That box milk.
What did you think about that when you saw that, Gerard? That box milk.
Oh, that blew my mind. I couldn't believe they sold milk on the shelf. I said, wow, but it's good. It's good. You know, and it sits on the shelf for God knows how long. And
I'm saying go over and get a. I'm saying go over and get a box and try it out. Just, you know, you got to develop a taste for certain things, you know.
Yeah. But you know, I like to think I'm on a special diet. You know what I'm saying? I'm a borderline diabetic. You know, I don't eat pork. I don't eat a lot of pork. You know, and sometimes it's just too greasy for me. Now, when I go to a Filipino outing, whether it's a birthday or a get together or whatever, I'll take a plate and I'll have a little bit of everything. I'll put a little bit of, I can't make the same plate twice. I put a little bit of everything out of respect to the host, and I'll eat that. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying, when I'm home, I keep it very simple. Like I keep it very simple. Just like vegetables and chicken, you know, fish, you know, I eat fish sometimes, but it has to be cooked. You know, for some reason or other, I keep thinking about fish, how my grandma used to make fish. She would fry it and it'd be just crunchy, just right. But somehow or another, I can't get that here. So, but I don't eat very much fish. You know, to tell you the truth, I eat a lot of sardines out the can. You know,
I think that the Philippines has some of the best fish I've ever tasted. Now I'm from the Midwest, though. We didn't get a lot of fresh fish. We got
Right.
that, frozen fish, and my mother cook it up and fry it up, and it's delicious. But hell, Maryland does the same thing for me here. The fish is so good, you can taste that. What they call it, fish oil in there, and all of that.
Omega-3.
In America.
Yeah, it's funny. I went to the market, and I'm friends with everybody. Hello, girlfriend. Hello, girlfriend. You want to buy fish? Yeah, I buy fish. So I bought this big fish. This
Hey, shout out, Jeffrey.
Big fish like this, and I forgot what it was called, and brought it home, and my wife looked at it. She says, "Who sold you this fish?" I told the girl. She said, "Look, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know how she could tell it was bad, but she said it's bad." And so she cut it up and gave it to the. She cut it up and gave it to the dogs. That was 300 pesos worth of fish just gone, just like that. She said no. So she said, so I said, rather than being mad, I said, teach me how to buy fish. So this way I can tell the difference when I go to the market, because it's no secret. It's in any culture. If they can take advantage of you, they will. But if they can't take advantage of you if you know. So it's good to learn how to buy certain items in the market or whatever. So this way, they won't be passing off, something that, I bought chicken one time, and they took it out of a cooler. And when I got home and I cooked it, it was horrible, smelling all this. It was chicken that had the frost, defrosted like this and whatever. And it was terrible. I took it back, and they gave me back my money, or they replaced the chicken. But it's virtually buy everywhere. You really have to know how to buy, items, because if they can pass off what they can't sell or didn't sell yesterday, they will. And that's just human nature.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the one thing that you want to know, that you want to learn, is you don't go to that market by yourself. You don't ever go to that market by yourself, because they'll try something with you that they wouldn't normally try. Okay, it's just a fact. I never go to the market by myself, and when I do, Merlin buys everything. I'm just standing by watching. But fish over here, you can tell by the eyes. I believe when the eyes are red, it's old.
Yeah. Well, you have to understand. Me and my wife are at this budget crisis thing. How to budget. And so we try a variety of things. So now I'm at a point, okay, you make me a list of what you need and I'll go get it. Because, if she's just she shops by eyes, just grabbing stuff like this. And she go way out of what maybe in my mind that I would have expected her to spend. So, and with my getting the list now, she wrote down tuna, a century tuna, and the girl sold me 555 tuna. And so she's like, look, they gave you 555 tuna. It says century tuna. So I said, okay, fine. So I agree with you again right there, Calvin. Maybe, we'll just go to the market together, or just let her do the shop. Go back to let her do the shopping.
And then if you go to a market, guys, here's a tip. Always buy from the same person. Don't buy fish from one person one day and buy the other. You got to build up
a rapport,
a relationship with the one person, and then you can go by yourself. They're not going to cheat you, because they know they're going to get your money on a regular basis. But in the beginning, man, I've been in San Carlos City over 3 years now. I would not even go to the market by myself today, even though the people know me. They're going to slide me some old bananas, old, oranges. They're going to do that. Because he don't know, here.
Right.
There's a lot of good fresh bananas out there too. I don't know.
Oh man, I love the bananas here, man. I don't even eat bananas in America, but here,
they're so good for you.
Man, they're sweet.
But I tell you what I like. I like that Boko juice. That Boko juice is slamming. For those who don't know Boko juice, that's a coconut water that comes out of the coconut. That stuff is good. Very, very nutritious and healthy for you. Very therapeutic for your digestive system. I like that Boko juice.
Now, do you get it right out of the coconut?
Yeah. It comes right out of coconut. They crack it, and they poured it
Yeah.
into a bag or something like this. I
You
poured it
wanna
into a
do
water bottle that has ice in it, and it's delicious. I used to drink it after every game of tennis. It is really good, man. You should try. You never had Boco juice? Calvin,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
okay, yeah, Boco juice. Yeah, Boco.
You can get a coconut over here for about 15 pesos. They'll cut it
Yeah.
up and they'll put the straw down in there. They'll do all that for you.
Right. Yeah,
Hey,
Boco
this is
juice.
Creed
Yeah.
Thomas right here. He says, this is Thomas. He met you at the meet and greet, Michael Beach of Life. You know, the guy from, I think he's from North Carolina. He said, nothing like the Philippines. The people who I've encountered while I was there were a game changer for me. I'm going to tell you something. At the meet and greet, it's to meet each other, not me, guys. I want to make that a point over and over. It's not to meet me. It's to meet each other. There was two guys, Thomas and the other guy who came with the True Girls. They were from the same hometown, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the meet and greet. That's why it's so important. It's not to meet me.
Well, we I guess as foreigners, we don't have a problem, talking to people, or if you're in the two or three of us are talking and someone else comes in or your girlfriend comes in, they don't have the confidence to walk in and join in on the conversation. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, for some reason they want to stay on the outside. And I said, come here. Yeah, come here. Let's listen to this. But and she's not a people person. You have people persons, like this type of thing. And I find that sometimes to be a little frustrating because I want to include her in and whatever it is I'm doing, even if I'm just talking, even if I'm just kicking a willy bobo, it's good to have someone who can join in and be a part of what's going on. Because otherwise,
something. Now this guy Justin, this is funny. He thought you were me when you interviewed him. When you interviewed him at that meet and greet and doing.
Oh, this is the Gerard.
He said you interviewed him. He thought you were me. He thought you were Sunshine Shoulder. I was like, no, I'm not as handsome as this guy.
Shout out to Justin. I like your photography.
Yeah, it's funny. He thought you were me. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, no. Okay, Calvin, so when's the next time you're going to be in Dumagetti? Because I heard you were in Dumagetti one time. I went there and said, Sunshine Shoulders is here. I said, what? I said, what? Where? I guess I
was there yesterday, but I was there for when I go down to Zamboanga, I have to go through Dumagetti because I ride the 2-go. I catch the 2-go from Dumagetti to Zamboanga. I was there for a couple of days, man, waiting for the boat. And then when I came back, but I want to ask Michael Beach of Life something. No, let me ask you this first, Gerard, before I go to Michael. Your wife, is that the only Filipino woman you met?
Oh no. When I first came to the Philippines, I was still like this, like this. And people would say, you gotta have a Filipino. You got to have sex with a Filipino girl. You got to have sex with a Filipino girl. And so, I'm not someone that goes to a club and let a girl take me out of the club. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of dude, look, give me your number. I'll call you. You want some ice cream or something like this to get her out and talk. So anyway, to make a long story short, I was sitting in this club and because I was videotaping bands because I'm into music. And so I looked in the corner and it was a couple of four. It was 2 girls and 2 guys. And the 3 of them weren't talking. The one girl, she was very smiling or whatever, and you could easily see that she was out of place. This girl wants, she didn't want to be there. So I got up to go get a beer. When I came back, boom, she was at my table. So I said, okay, look, are you here by yourself? She said, yeah. I said, can you leave? She says, yeah. I said, okay, come on. So when she stood up to walk out the club, Calvin, she was severely handicapped. so, I mean, she couldn't walk right. She was like, like this. And I said, oh God, what kind of joke is this? My first experience with a Filipino girl, and you're gonna give me someone who's handicapped. so anyway, so I took it to the hotel, and I figured what handicapped girls need love too. But anyway, I did get into a serious relationship. I got into a serious relationship with a lady guard, and we were together for maybe about a year or so. We were planning to get married. You know, I asked if she was married. No kids. No. But then when her family wanted to meet me, because they always say, when you with a Filipino girl, you're not with her, you're with a family. Or when you marry a family. So, you know, her family wanted to meet me. So I said, no, look, whoever wants to meet me in your family, have them come here to meet me. So her sister and her two sisters came, her brother and whatever. And her sister said to her, I'm going to blackmail you. And she may not have thought that I had heard that, but I heard it. You know, I put it back in her mind. So her and I were going to get married or whatever. She had a problem getting an ID and whatever, like this. To make a long story short, you know, one day I asked her, I said, you remember that your sister said she's going to blackmail you? And she said, she says, I'm married. I said, oh, you're married. I said, oh, and she has kids. So I knew that when I saw her stretch marks, I knew she had kids. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let you think that I don't know that you have kids. So anyway, what happens, I had another foreigner friend, and I told her he was married. He said, Gerardo, you crazy? You can't live with a married Filipino woman. They'll put you in jail. So what I did was I broke it off with her, you know, right away.
Okay.
Right away.
Let me stop
I
you
put her
right
up
there.
in the room. I gave her 5,000 pesos a month for 1 year to help her get her life together, and that was it. But after that, being in a serious relationship, now I'm single. Now it's party time. You're like this. Because when I'm in a relationship, I am single.
Let me stop you there. So I just wanted that answer, like, so that's not your first woman, because I always tell guys the first relationship probably is not going to work. Does it? Yeah,
okay.
but most of the time it don't. But anyway, let me get this out of the way real quick. I don't even care. Look, this is free publicity, guys. You know, in my opinion, when you got grown men sitting around talking about another grown man, that's homosexual stuff. That's sissy stuff. That's pussy stuff. I'm not going to respond to him. I never will. This guy used to basically rub my nuts when he was a follower man. Okay, but I don't have. It's no benefit to me to get into any beef with anybody over here in the Philippines, guys. He's creating. It's a wrong beef. I don't have a beef with him or anybody. I don't have time for that. I'm enjoying the best years of my life. That's gay stuff when you sit around and make videos. Look at how many videos he's made of me. Come on, guys. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and then when y'all click on the stuff, it just supports it. You're not going to get it. I'm going to tell my story, and nobody's going to tell my story for me. That's why I don't hide anything. I put it all out there. It's not, you know, these guys have no content, so they use me for content that's weak, it's immature, and that's being a pussy. He was over here in the Philippines. If he got a problem with me, he was here. But he didn't, because he knew I'd have got on a plane and confronted him in English City. But I don't want to hear that stuff, man. These guys are jealous.
But you know, it's funny you say that, Calvin, because in my comment section, I get people saying, "Oh, Sunshine Shoulders doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a scammer. He's a hypocrite. You know, like this, and you know, and you know, this one person said something, and it took me about 3 days to respond to him, because you know, it's, you know, I had to put my thoughts together. I said, look, this is all entertainment. I said, if you got a problem with something what Calvin is saying, I said, that's something that you should tell Calvin. You shouldn't run around and tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand it, but in essence, I told him, I said, look, these are all just opinions that we have. And if you're dumb enough to take something that any blogger says to heart and act on it without thoroughly doing your research, then, you're the fool,
Buyer beware.
Now, Justin makes a great point. Now, remember, Justin, though, he's right outside Dumageddon. You can get a lot of that stuff that he said, I'm having Wagyu steaks from Japan and salmon from Norway here in Darwin, which is right outside Dumageddon. He said, wondering why guys eat junk and then complain. You can eat lots of variety, not stuck with dry fish and Genimus. And you're right. You're right. But see, I just eat the best chicken, the best fish, the best beef that I can find here. I don't eat a lot of beef. I'm not going to complain about their food. This is their culture. I've got to come over here to adjust. So what I do is I just take what I like and I leave the rest. There's a lot of foods over here that I really enjoy now that I took the chance and tried them. But
agreed.
I'm not going to eat balut. I'm not going to eat all that stuff because dried fish is really good at the right. It's like for a snack for me. They eat it for like a meal. I eat it for like a snack.
I'd like to switch it up a little bit here and ask Michael a question. You say the first date might not be the one, but I'm thinking maybe the first gym might not be the one. I'm spoiled here with this Choose gym and the swimming pool and the sauna. I'd like to hear Michael tell me how he rates the gymnasiums and the workouts and the facilities there. Michael?
I had a really nice condo in Cebu Business Park called Calix Residences, if you're familiar with the area. It's sort of high end, but it was a full feature gym on the very first floor. And if you're a gym person, I would suggest that you get a place where you don't have to go very far to visit said gym, because you're going to be stricken by motivation and you're just going to want to throw your stuff on and just hit it. So get something that has what you need and it's close by.
Let me read this from Evan Rose, because he's dead wrong with me. He says everyone's hustling here. I'm not hustling anybody. He said they will pass off whatever they can on you. Well, I guess somebody can, but you're generalizing. That's just not true. I came on YouTube because nobody was talking to me. I'm just a regular, ordinary Joe from the United States, and everything they were saying was going over my head. I'm like, this isn't my experience in the Philippines. I just share my experience. I don't have to hustle anybody. Don't you realize that YouTube rewards you on your views? If you got good content, you're going to get paid. But if you think you can just get on here and just throw enough stuff at the wall and something's going to stick, you're wrong, man. I'm approaching, if I don't already have 10 million views, and I want to thank y'all for that.
That's big.
I don't need to hustle anybody, man. I'm not a hustler.
Right.
People like this, they capitalize on you. It's not true, man. If a guy can, you can vouch for this. You've been following me for a long time before you finally came over here. Did I hustle you? Did I tell you anything? Or did you hear anything from my channel? And when you got over here, Michael, that you said, oh, this guy's hustling me. He's
you hustling me? No. No.
Really?
No. It's more like a 101 class. If anything, you can, I think everyone will be able to get something out of your life experiences that you share with us.
Well, I know for me, I got about 3 or 4 YouTube channels that I've had for years, but I never knew the intricate details about monetizing or never thought about making money on it. I interviewed people in the industry or whatever, but what YouTube has and Facebook has allowed me to do is to have someone to talk to, because if it wasn't for YouTube, I would be talking to myself. You know what I'm saying?
You can't fit everything that's in the video in the title. That's impossible. Calvin's got so much information. If you're just looking at the title, forget. You got to go back and really maybe even rewatch and get the information, because it's just packed with information.
First of all,
watch it.
Let me tell you this. it's not easy to get monetized on YouTube and stay monetized. I'm sitting here, I'm going to tell you, I say the things I say in the beginning and now because I had no idea I would ever be monetized. Man, did you know that YouTube has made it almost impossible for you to get monetized unless you have some type of help? I help people get monetized. Roger Ismi, Sharon Lapu Lapu, the True Girls. I mean, on and on I can tell you because I know they would never have gotten on the radar without the help. It's very, very hard here, guys. Y'all take that for granted. You think that if it was so easy, then why isn't everybody doing it then? This is what I don't understand. Right. But y'all come on here, and I had no idea that I would ever get monetized, man, when I started making those videos. You try to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on your own and see what happens.
Right. Well, you know, I got monetized, and every day, not every day, but every now and then, I look at the amount of money I made, and so far, the most money I made was $19. But you see, but I'm not disappointed at that. All it did was just confirm to me that it is possible. You know, if to make money at it, but I'm not in it for the money. I'm just not. And then I hear Calvin say one time, Calvin said, well, you had over 600 videos. I have so many videos. You have a lot of videos out there. And I realized it takes years to really build a platform up. It takes a long time to really get yourself to a point that whereas that, people are going to consistently roll with you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that, that like I said from the beginning, that you have been an example and an inspiration to me, watching your channel and knowing you're out there doing what you're doing.
But see, we're good for building people up and then want to bring them down because I would not be in the position I'm in if it wasn't for the people watching me. And then all of a sudden they get jealous of the success. Like, it's your fault. Damn it.
Right.
Stop clicking.
I challenge you to start a YouTube channel with no help at all. YouTube is not going to put you on the radar. They don't YouTube is in the wilderness like the rest of us until somebody comes.
YouTube is a business. It's a business. They got an algorithm. You know that very well, Calvin. If you're not hitting that algorithm, it's a business. They got the AdSense. They want something that they can hang their hat on.
They take it. They don't realize that you guys, the Philippines is the celebrity. The Philippines is the star, not me. If I thought for 1 minute I was the star, and I went back to the United States, man, 90% of people. I see it all the time. Guys who were much bigger than me when I started out, they went back to the States or somewhere else. It's crickets now. Nobody's watching them. They get 5 or 6 people on their live streams. Y'all don't understand how YouTube works. It's not easy to do, man. And then when they hit a dead spot, they want to fly the drone.
But you have to I guess have a clear vision of what your goal is and why you're building a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to try to get 10,000 views or pay? I still don't know what Patreon and all this stuff is. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea to know what you're doing right now here on this live thing. I don't even know how to use Zoom. I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind all this internet, social media stuff. It's unbelievable. But I'm stumbling along.
Welcome to the internet, Gerard.
Huh?
Welcome to the internet, Gerard.
All else fails, fly the drone. This is Justin right here. He said, yeah, Gerard interviewed me, and some guys told me his name was Sunshine Shoulders. I went to his channel and said hi. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, they thought that you were me, man. And
well, I take that as a compliment. But yeah, but it's there's so much. I was talking to Paul, Old Dog with New Tricks, because he was also one of the guys who kind of motivated me, because I was on his channel, and and I asked him, will he show me, can I bring you my YouTube channel and make sure that all the right boxes are clicked, all the right things have been put on there, so this way I can at least get the maximum usage of my YouTube channel. I still don't think, the AdSense or whatever it is, I don't think, I am fully taking advantage of.
Yeah. Let me stop you right there. You are. It's your content. It's the views that determines everything. If you're not getting the views, you're not getting the money from the AdSense. You're not getting the money from YouTube. You're not getting anything. If you're sitting up there with 500 and 600 views on your content, it's all about your content. It's not about checking boxes and this and that. YouTube rewards you on your views. Period.
And it's not about clickbait either. People get tired of that and they won't come back. I noticed, Calvin, you're not into
troll channels. Those troll channels, they hang around for a little while, but eventually they disappear. People want information. People on my channel, they're really coming over here. See, I can't take that for granted. I can't take
getting on that plane.
Okay.
I gotta give them the truth. I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty the way I see it. Now, Curtis UT Thomas says, Cal, you should bring Tom Young LaChan to the panel. No, he made a video about me, trolling me. Fuck him. I wouldn't bring him on my channel. Yeah, I said it, YouTube. I don't bring people on my channel. It's no sense in us doing that over here, man. We're 8,000 miles from home. Y'all keep that shit over there in the United States. We're over here with our best life, and they want to troll somebody. Like, look, dude, if you got to do that to get views, you need to get off YouTube. Because I'm not going to pay you guys any attention. My woman's laying her naked in the bed. The weather is 82 degrees outside. I got a house that's paid for. I'm living my best life, man. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to be an example to other guys and say, hey, look, you got options over here. If you want, take that the way you want to take it. But to be trolling me, I'm winning over here, man, no matter what you say.
That's right. That's right.
And we don't need that. We're trying to help each other. I'm trying to build a community to show guys, hey, look,
living like a king.
Over there. Because I was struggling over there. And here's one option, just one option you got. Okay. And I'm a seasoned veteran over here. I'm going to give you everything I got. You may not agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not lying to you, and I'm not hustling you. What the hell are you to hustle?
Collaboration over competition. Collaborate over compete. That's right.
And
that's a principle right there, brother. If you want to you cooperate.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Calvin. You do provide a service. And you probably planted the seed to a lot of people know that there's a better life, outside the United States. I always try to encourage people, look, man, if anything, go get your passport. I don't care if you don't plan to come to the Philippines or not, go have a passport in your pocket. So this way, wherever you want to go, or if you ever want to leave the United States, at least you have a passport in your pocket. That should be just as important to you as your driver's license.
But I mean, what is it with the hate, man? See, and I'm gonna tell you, only expats in the Philippines, we receive this type of hate. I don't get that. Listen, I'm not taking anything from the Filipino people. Not one peso that comes to me is from the Philippines. Okay, I don't work here. I haven't taken anybody's job over here. There's a difference between working from the Philippines and working in the Philippines. If you consider what I do is work, Well, why would you waste your precious time doing that? It doesn't make sense to me, man. You know, I mean, really, guys.
Hey, Calvin, can you tell us about your new project? Another location you were thinking about building up a small homestead, or?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. We were able to come across a plot of land, 85 square meter lot over in Toledo City, Cebu, right across the bay, for $600 and I think it was $615. So we bought it, and we're gonna build just like another guest house, but bigger, a little bit bigger, and not all hollow blocks, so we can make it big.
Can you put a nice garage to the side so I can start shipping my stuff over there?
No, absolutely not. It's only 85 square meters, but see, Michael Beach alone.
Captain, so what are you planning on? So what are you planning on? So what are you planning on doing?
I plan on it's Maryland. So Maryland, see, this is what the haters do. They try to get, he's doing this, doing that over. No, that's Maryland. So Maryland's going to build like a small house over there and put it on Airbnb. I'm going to do the right thing. Look, if I'm going to come over and get involved with women and have babies with them, I'm going to make sure when I'm not around that they're taken care of. You call me a simp for that if you want to. Okay. But simps win over here. They have no concept of a simp over here. A simp to them is a good man. Okay. But Michael Beach alike, you stayed in the guest house. Give the guys watching here, what was your impression of the guest house?
It's a big room. The bathroom is very sizable. The water went out on us briefly when we had that city thing, but you've since made mention of that. But as far as the building itself, it's amazing. As far as your hospitality, it's great. There's people's signs in there. We made one.
Yeah. Did the mother though? Tell them about the mother.
Oh man,
you're out the red carpet for you or not?
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
About the what?
Calvin's girlfriend's mom. She's amazing. She basically waited on my girlfriend and I hand and foot for 3 meals, for every meal that we were there for. Got to eat at the table in your house, and she would come out to the guest house and bring me coffee in the morning.
Great.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
It actually put
Did we cool your pockets off for a couple of days?
Yeah, for sure.
See, that's the whole point, guys. When you get over here to the Philippines, and Gerard can witness this, you're spending from the time you get here to the time you leave. Okay? Who's going to say, hey, man, just stop over here for a little while and you can cool down for a minute. You can save a little money that you may need later on down the line at the end of your trip. Who else is doing that? And if they are, they got it from me. Okay? we're trying to build something over here, man, you know.
Wow. But I'm always concerned about, I haven't thought about many businesses to try to pull off here in the Philippines, but it's just having to deal with the laws here when opening a business. Just like I have a magazine, like I really can't sell my magazine. Not that it ever was a magazine sell. It's mostly a promotional magazine. I do take ads in it, etc. But I would never try to sell it in a store, or put it on the stand or something like this. Just for the bureaucrat, just for dealing with the red tape. Having to register and actually be accountable. To the government. Or fear of some type of reprisal.
Yeah, I would rather be out of sight, out of mind if I was going
to. Thank you. I made a couple of videos about that. That's my view about. I would never have a business here. I say, here's a suggestion. If you're going to do it,
not a brick and mortar business anyway.
If you're going to do it any damn way, I would say do the subleasing, do the Airbnb type of business where you're way in the background. Nobody can see what's going on. Okay, but to come over here and to compete with the locals, man, you're gonna get what you deserve whatever. They burn your building down. If they shoot you in the back of the head, you probably deserve it.
You deserve that
Yeah.
2.1% profit margin.
Yeah, and I know that sounds irony and it sounds mean, but it's not, guys. Y'all don't understand, man. It's hard over here. It's tough over here. You know, thinking over here.
I have a friend of mine, a friend of mine who's hosting these card games. You know, card games, a poker game or whatever. You know, it may be illegal, but they go on. And he just opened up a spot in Valencia. You know, and it was nice. You know, had a nice crowd. You know, nice players. I think twice a week or whatever. But one of the other games, they came to him and told him, shut this down. If it's not shut down tomorrow, you will be sorry. And it's like, that's all you need. I mean, you don't want to have, them, wanting to go through with their threat of you not shutting it down. What do? You shut that son of a bitch down because you're in their country. You don't know what they're capable of.
For that. We didn't come over here for that. But Baloo John, thanks for that super sticker earlier. I'm sorry, man. I got off, track because I'm passionate about my life over here, and anybody who needs my help when they come over here. It's just that these guys, they try to throw you off track. You're not gonna throw me off track. It's free advertisement. It's free publicity. And I told you before, you're gonna push me toward 1 million viewers, and I'm already happy that you're doing that already. I'm at 40. Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep on going. I'll be at 50 pretty soon, so keep making those videos because there's people who have actually come over here and saw me face to face. They know that all that is bullshit, and I have nothing to prove. I benefit none at all from fighting with you guys.
It's not bullshit, man.
Right.
You do live on a little farm.
I mean, and when you look at it, Calvin, there's nothing to fight for.
Absolutely.
What are you fighting for? I mean, you're not fighting for the hood. You're not fighting for a block. You're not fighting to represent a gang or something like this. You're not fighting for nothing. You're fighting because you disagree with my opinion. You're fighting over my opinion.
They're secretly in love with me, man. I'm telling you now. I keep every email that somebody sends me. I keep it. I could go back and put them emails up.
Right.
Well, a lot of these guys who are trolling me, they rubbing my balls.
Right.
Oh, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. But I said, no, I don't want you to do that because I know there's something on the other end of that.
Right.
You don't want to bring them on board. So now they become your number one trolls. Man, that's homosexual activity. And I'm not against homosexual. That's pussy stuff, man.
Right.
And you sit around grown men and do that. Come on, guys.
Right.
Baloo John says, my wife's been in the U.S. for 8 years. Do you plan on, yes or no, Gerard, do you plan on bringing your wife to the United States?
You plan on what?
Ever bringing your wife to the United States?
Do I plan on it? Yeah, she's in the process now of trying to get a proper ID for herself. Yes, we're trying to have a baby. I like my baby to be born in the United States. So that's why I'm planning next year. By the grace of God, by this time next year, she'll probably be ready to deliver or somewhere along those lines. If in a perfect world, but we know if you want to make God laugh, you tell him your plans. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I plan to take it to the United States. Sure, why not?
So what process are you going to use because you're married already, right?
Yeah, I just got married. We're still waiting on our marriage license right now.
So you're
waiting on the marriage license and then,
the spousal visa.
Yeah, spousal visa. Yeah, that's the spousal visa. And I'm waiting for the marriage license so this way I could register her with the VA. Because I am a disabled veteran, so I want to register her. I'm more subconsciously, consciously want to make sure that she's taken care of for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? So I want to try to do everything I can to make sure that that she's taken care of if something happens to me. Especially if she has a child, I want to make sure she's taken care of,
They're going to call you a simp for that. You're going to be called a simp for that.
I call simp for that.
They're gonna call you a simp. Gerard's a simp. He's over there doing the right thing by those women over there.
I know. Tell the truth. You're right.
What are we supposed to do when we come over here? Use and mistreat these women? I don't get it, man. What these young guys, man, I don't know what they, I'm 59. Most of the guys who really are my supporters, they're like 40, 45 and up. We're settling down, man. We're out of all that old Playboy stuff, and I can come over here and get as much as I can for the least as I can, and all that stuff.
Right.
How old are you, Gerard? Some of that.
I'm 67. I'll be 68 this year.
Oh wow.
And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely got more yesterdays than I got tomorrows. I'm very aware of my immortality, I guess. That's why I'm very careful of what I eat. That's why I play tennis every morning. I just got a bike. I'm concerned about my health. I don't know. I smoke, and smoke is very bad. It's very, very bad. My God. But I quit every day, so I can honestly say that I quit every day. And what makes it so bad? Here in the Philippines, you can buy them by the stick. You know what I'm saying? You can buy one cigarette at a time. Something that got what's that guy Gardner in New York who was killed by the police because he was selling cigarettes on the corner. One loose cigarettes, loosies they call them. But here, you can stop anywhere. And I'm gonna get one stick. You know what I'm saying? So even when I leave the house with no cigarette, huh?
How much is one?
How much what?
How much is one cigarette?
Oh, one cigarette is 8 pesos. It's 8 pesos.
Let me read this from Divine Flowing, because this is a cool brother. He's married to, I don't know if they're married, but maybe they are, to a Filipino. They live a great life in Hawaii, and he's thinking about coming here, because the cost of living is just so crazy there. But he lives in some small island over there. He said, this is Divine Florence. He said, what's up, Brother Cal? I came and saw you face to face, and I appreciate the realness and hospitality you showed to me and my wife. You keep doing what you're doing. See, I'm transparent. All that stuff these guys be talking about, man, look, I got people who can bear witness to who I am. Michael Beach of Life. He stayed in my house. Divine Florence, they came over here. We went to his wife's family's house, ate dinner, did all those things that you do, man. I'm just a regular guy over here. All that stuff. Right. I don't need to steal from. I'm a scammer for. I don't need to steal from you guys. I earn good money on my own without YouTube. And if I thought, I know how to go out and get it.
Calvin, I thought, if I'm going to take this invitation and come on here, I want it to be to help people. If I'm going to, why would I waste my time now? If you're on the NIV and you're making those phone calls and you got to keep calling and calling, now you can go online and you can do what's called an info pass. Okay, this info pass, you register, you make your appointment. I'll show it again, info pass, and you can go in and talk and speak your problems out face to face. Just make an appointment and talk to the representative with an immigration officer and do it that way if you can't get through on the line.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
The embassy, anytime you want to contact the embassy and you're somewhere overseas, they got a department called American Services, or American Citizen Services. That's who you want to contact. If you run out of money and you need to be repatriated or anything like that, there's a department there that specifically handles that. It's run by 2 people. One is, one in the morning, one at night. But whenever you have an emergency or anything like that, you don't just want to call the main line on the embassy, guys. It's called American Services or American Citizen Services, whatever it is. Where do you play tennis in Dumaguete, Gerard?
I play at Avalon. I play every morning at like about 6:30 to 7. 6:30 to 7:30. 6:30 to 7 is when I get to the court, and I usually play about 2 games. I used to play in Dumaguete and Freedom Park, and Proxy. I used to play there, but it's good. It's good exercise. You know, it's, you know, I wake up about like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1, 2. So around, by the time that time rolls around, I'm ready for some exercise. And I just recently got, I don't know if you saw my Facebook, but if you do, go to Gerard McLeod, GerardMcleod, and you'll see my my bike. I wanted an old, ugly bike, you know. So, and me and Mia were driving, and I looked out the window, and this old guy was riding his bike. You could tell it was his livelihood. You know, he had wire tied here, a thing like this. He had like cans and shit on the back of it. And I said, hey, how much you want for your bike? You want to sell it? He said, sure. So I bought his bike right from underneath him. And I'm telling you, it's the ugliest thing you ever saw. But that's what I wanted. I wanted an ugly bike. I wanted something that, you know, I wasn't going to think, Mia, here, come here and say hello. Here, this is Mia, everybody. Say hello to the group. That's Calvin Sunshine Shoulders.
Hello.
And these are other members of the group.
You got a beautiful wife, man. How'd you end up with her?
No doubt. That's all there are in the Philippines. Beautiful women, man.
Hey, Robert, let me ask you something. How many children you have, Robert?
Well, from one wife, I have a boy and a girl. And from another wife, I have 2 girls. And they're both graduated with masters. They have master's degrees from the University of Phoenix with master's degrees. But, you know, sometimes I feel like if I was to leave, they wouldn't even know it. They're so busy on that hamster wheel, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great
Well,
point.
Calvin,
I want to say this since you brought that up, you know, and I normally, I put this on my Facebook. You know, my daughter, man, my 24-year-old daughter was in a head-on collision. It would have been, let's see, Sunday night U.S. time, man. And she went through surgery today. She broke her femur. She's very fortunate, man. They were out partying, and the driver went to sleep at the wheel and crossed the center line, man. And they went head on to somebody, man, and she broke her femur on her right leg and messed up her ankle badly on the left hand side, man. And she was just getting ready to start her new job, and she's talking to me. She said, Daddy, I'm so disappointed. I said, no, there's other jobs. I said, you're fortunate that you didn't die. So anybody,
right, exactly.
Surgery today, you know that femur's nothing to play with, man. That's a serious. She got a long road ahead of her, and maybe it'll get her to slow down, man. Because this is the one that is on my channel, the singer and entertainer, man. You know, she put that on hold to start partying. Which, with my history, you don't need to be out there drinking. She's never seen me drink, by the way. See, when she was born, I'd already stopped. I stopped in May of 1998. She was born in October 1998, so she'd never seen me take a drink or anything. But yeah, anybody praying out there, man, you know, she's recovering right now. But you said that, Robert, it brought that up because I wasn't even going to say anything about it. You know, having daughters but it's true. I raised her, you know, when me and my wife divorced over there, I got custody of my 2 youngest daughters, and I raised them all the way till I left. But when I'm there, Robert, it's like they don't know I'm around. But the minute I leave, Daddy, when you coming home? When you coming back?
You know, at least you're blessed by having a relationship with your children. I haven't spoken to my oldest daughter in close to 25 years because she just won't speak to me. You know, if you asked her why, she couldn't tell you because it's just the things that her mother put in her head. And by the grace of God, my second daughter, her and I, we do have a relationship, you know. But I want to piggyback on that drinking thing. You see, I don't drive at night anymore here in the Philippines. You know, at 4 o'clock, no matter where I am, I'm on my way home because, you know, I need cataract surgery, and I just seen too many accidents on the road, or the aftermath of too many accidents, and heard of too many foreigners being killed driving drunk or on this type of thing, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that they don't have the DWI stops, you know what I'm saying? The police stop checkpoints for drinking here. So you can really get away with a lot when it comes to drinking here in the Philippines. But
Yeah, somebody asked me that and said, "Hey, how are they on the drinking and driving?" I was like, "Man, I've never seen the police pull anybody over for drinking. And if they do, more likely they'll let them go because police over here, they're just regular people who just happen to be police. They probably know the guy. They'll just send him on his way. They'll say, hey,
yeah.
they don't like you do that." But Incon 37, thanks for that super chat. He says, "I decided to retire early in January. My wife and I left Vegas and stayed in Hawaii until we finally relocated here to the Philippines a month ago." Oh man, welcome, man. Is your wife Filipino? I guess she is. Thanks, brother, for your support.
Well, and then Calvin, I want to mention my stepchildren too. 2 boys. The girl I was married to from Mexico. Actually, I have 2 stepchildren, and that's what the U.S. government calls them. They're my stepchildren, and I did everything for them, including naturalization. They were well, every appointment, whatever they needed, eyeglasses, just took good care of those boys, and I can't be remiss not to mention them.
Yeah, thanks, brother. So add all that up. Add all that up. How many children do you have?
Are you service connected, Robert?
No, I was born on an Air Force base, but most of my experience has been contract security with the semi-military, what you call semi-military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob Tanje says, "Brother Cal, tell her to get a good injury lawyer. He'll help her get the money she needs to recover." Yeah, I'm pretty sure those ambulance chasers, they're probably right outside a damn room right now, believe it or not. And I call them ambulance chasers because they are. In 2016, listen, guys, this is a fact. It's a true fact. I had one of the nicest BMWs, a 2002 330 Ci, man. This thing was rare. It was as clean as a whistle, man. I hadn't had it a year. I hadn't had it a year, right? And so I'm pulling off, the light turns green. I go through, and here comes some guy. I didn't even see him till the last minute. He's texting. And he hits me into the side, spins me around, and I come to stop, man. By the time I got out of my car to walk to the, to survey the accident, everything what happened, it's some guy there asking me my information. I'm like, "Well, who are you?" I'm thinking it's the police. He works for a lawyer. He said, I saw everything. It was like, "Good. Give me all your information so I can go talk to my own damn lawyer." Yeah, he said he saw everything. Man. But he got my money pretty quick, man. The car was totaled, man. And really,
do you know how to avoid?
It's only time that I really.
Do you know how to avoid having a rear end collision?
Don't drive with anybody behind you.
No, I'm going to tell you. I want all your listeners to know. The way to avoid having a rear end collision is to always see the car in front of you's tires on the ground. As long as you can see the car in front of you's tires on the ground, you'll never have a rear end collision. Because oftentimes rear end collisions take place when you're too close and you can't tell if they're moving, stopping, and you hit. But as long as you stay far enough to always see the drivers in front of you's tire on the ground, you never have a rear end collision.
I was told, when you take that test, they say to stay 2 seconds behind the driver. So it's 1001, 1002 when they pass the road mark or whatever it is. And that's what I always do because I hate somebody that, what do they call that when you're up on somebody like that?
Tailgating. Tailgating.
Yeah, I hate that, man.
Yeah.
But
I think it's one car length per 10 miles per hour.
Yeah, something, whatever it is, I do it because, Frank Tate says, "Hello. I want to get you on the next, are you still over here, Frank, you and your wife? Because I know his wife has a YouTube channel. She's a cook. because he'll bear witness, man. Filipinos can cook. When people say, "Oh man, I don't like the food over here," trust me, man, you don't have the right people cooking your food. You ate the food over here, Michael, didn't you?
The Awani restaurant? Oh my gosh.
No, in my house.
Oh, at your house? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's just normal food,
Yeah,
right?
Calvin, your wife must be in the room.
No, she left. No, but it's the mother that does all the cooking when I have company.
Yeah.
I was listening to, who was it, Robert or Michael, or what he was talking about. I know when I was thinking about leaving the country, I looked at places like Vietnam, I looked at places like Thailand, I looked at places like Mexico, and I looked at places and the reason why the Philippines stuck to me is because those places didn't speak English like a secondary language. The Philippines had the influence of having a military base here, and I felt that they would be more prone to speak English a lot more fluently than those other places. And it is true. It is true, provided that most Filipinos who you deal with are in that level of customer service or educational level where or call center, where they speak English damn good. But just moving around, a lot of them don't speak English. And that was a little.
They understand what you're saying, but they don't understand the meaning all the time. And
I speak Spanish, and I traveled Mexico. I traveled Mexico a lot, and I speak fluent Spanish. I could write poetry and music in Spanish, but my point is, you're still the gringo. And even if you know the language, okay, but in the Philippines, yes, the English language, or there'll be somebody around that can help, but why not go where you're liked?
Oh, you're liked everywhere here in the Philippines,
Exactly.
no matter what language you speak.
Exactly. And it's funny you say that, Rob, because I just posted a video at a festival that we had here at Avalon, and this one group of guys who are videotaping, he said, "Oh, we love America, we love America, we love America." He kept repeating it over and over again, and that is what you feel.
Amlan, yeah.
Not Avalon, Amlan.
Amlan. Yeah, so you live in Amlan, right? Is that where you live? Amlan?
Amlan.
Yeah.
Amlan.
It sounds like you
it's by 10 A-M-L-A-N.
I just went past that yesterday on my way back to St. Carlos City.
I know. That's what I said. You should stop right by. Have you ever heard Escosas Beach Resort?
I haven't. No. See, I don't know a whole lot. We don't. The only time.
Okay. Well, I live next to Escosas Beach Resort. So if you pass by it, if you're on the new highway driving up and down from one end of the Philippines to the other, you pass right by my house all the time. So keep that in mind, any of you, next time you're in the Philippines coming through. You're more than welcome. I put that out for a lot of people.
He's got a question for you, Gerard. He says, whatever happened to Ellen Bayat?
Who?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who? She was a fantastic Filipino soul singer. I've never heard of her.
What's his name?
Ellen Bayat.
Oh, Ellen Bayou.
Yeah.
Ellen Bayou. Yeah.
Whatever happened to her? He said.
Oh no, she lives in San Fernando. She was my artist. I used to manage her for 1 year. She was a Daily Showtime winner, and she was my representative. Whenever I go out, because when I came here, I used to hit all the clubs and all that stuff, and I would do video, and I would put her on stage, and she would say, I represent Filipino. I am the representative for Filipino Soul Magazine. So, because of the pandemic, and we used to go to schools together. We used to go to schools and
see that magazine. Where can we see it? Where can we see that magazine? I mean, can we access it online?
You can say a copy of it right here. Filipino Soul Magazine. And this one I had Salvador Pena, and he is President Duterte's head legal counsel. So this was one of my my first Filipino magazine. But on the other side, you had the U.S. side, and I had Temptations, Charlie Murphy, Mary Jane Girls. You know, so
that's an old edition.
It flips both ways. Huh?
Is that an old edition?
Yeah, this is I've done these are ones that I've done since I've been here in the Philippines. This is another one I've done. This has Belina, who is he is like the Michael Jordan of the Philippines, and this had an article on Ellen Bayou, and then when you flip it over, it had a rock group on here, very famous in Las Vegas. The other one, I have finished. I have a girl come and she does the proofing, because what I need, she transcribes the interviews and put them into the magazine. So I'm working on the magazine. So when I get that one done, I have to get it done before I go to the U.S. because when I go to the U.S., in my own illusions of grandeur, they say, Gerard magazine is here, like this. So I get to move around to a lot of venues and I hand out my magazine, you know, because a lot of my New York people are in there, or United States people are in there, as well as Filipino. So yeah, that will be done. Right now, I'm waiting for one more person to put in there. Her name is Colors. She has a program called Blaze the Mic that's very popular in the US. So this is why I say on my channel, you know, I do talk a lot about the entertainment business because that's where I'm from. And I like to think that a lot of people who are interested in me are interested in me in my Hollywood stories, because I tell a lot of Hollywood stories. And then, of course, I tie it with the Philippines, you know, all that stuff. So like Robert said, it's hard to tell what's in a video just by the title, because there's so much content inside there. And he's right. You know, you don't know. You know, so
yeah.
You know, so
I'll give you a little advice from one blogger to the next.
Okay.
If you're interested in increasing your views, right, you got to talk about the things that the men want to talk about.
The booty.
Want to talk
the
about
beaches.
Stuff. If you don't,
bitches? Did he say bitches? But you're no good. You're no good. You're influence.
No, let me finish. Because
okay,
as successful as you were in the United States, we don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? I respect you for that, but these guys, they don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about, well, where can I meet the woman? Does she like me? And how much money am I going to need? You know, that's what they want to talk about. And, you know, but you can talk about whatever you want to talk about because it's your
right. Well,
you
know,
your views and everything. These guys aren't on here to hear about Ellen Bayou, unless you know she's gonna be Ellen Booty and give up some of the booty. Then they might.
I like how you think, Sunshine. Sometimes, Calvin. But you know, with my before the pandemic, everything was incorporated because I did the same things I did in the U.S. I did here. You know, by going to school. You see, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place because I can't really speak the way I want to speak on YouTube because I'm mindful, and you should be too, that you're in a foreign country. You know, you can't say what you really want to say. You can't talk about things that might get you fired. I can't talk about drugs and glorify. I mean, my last 2 years of using drugs were wow, but I can't put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, it's not that I want to glorify it. It's just that it's something that may get me to be flagged, and somebody in the office might say, "Look, this guy's undesirable. He's trying to push addiction. He's trying to push drugs or something like this. When it's can be more further than the truth. All of this is just okay. Let me tell I had 25 girls working for me at one time. You hear me? 25. But you see, I wasn't the pimp. Cocaine was the pimp. I was just the manager. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's all it was. You see, but even speaking like that, you know, it's not a good thing to speak about.
Calvin, tell us about rule number 1, Calvin. Tell us about preach on that, Calvin.
Well, I think that Michael Beach of Life knows that rule number 1 works over here. It's like, shut the fuck up and mind your own business over here.
Yeah, it does.
Here. Here's what we come over here. We come over here and we're concerned about stuff and we don't have no business being concerned about. Okay.
Sure.
I got a list of stuff right here. This is what I mean. Poverty. Why do you want to come to the Philippines and worry about poverty? First of all, you're not going to solve it. Second of all, it's none of your business.
No.
And it's not your responsibility. So why come over here and focus on that? Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. Help people where you can help them and get on with your business. Here's another.
I agree.
Infrastructure. We come over here and we worry about their infrastructure. Man, this place is in the middle of Typhoon Alley. It's within the middle of the Pacific Rim. Right now, while we're speaking, there's 2 hurricanes headed this way by the end of the month, and they both are going to make landfall. So
people in California don't want to talk about earthquakes either.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, you know, but we come over here, the infrastructure not this. Why are you worried about that? I promise you this right now, guys. When you get over here, the infrastructure in the Philippines is good enough for whatever it is you're trying to do.
That's right.
And so don't come over here to it's not the same as Thailand. It's not Thailand. First of all.
Right. But take it on that note. I like to think that there are a few people on there who want to know what was it like living in America. You know, I mean, I'm not talking about drill rap, or I'm not talking about all the horrible things like that. Yeah, but what is it like living?
I agree, Gerard. I agree with you, Gerard, because that's what we miss. The 60s. Hey, neighbor, how you doing? We love that. I'm the same age as you are.
Right.
That's called your history. But people aren't going to watch your channel for your history, because you can tell your history. You should have a video already about Gerard and his history and how he how you
the trailer video,
how you got here from America to the Philippines. Okay. But in order for you to keep talking about that, man, people want to hear about the Philippines because they're interested in coming here. Okay. Now listen to this. Remember, I was telling you that the Philippines is the superstar. All right. We're just the witnesses. We just bear witness to what's going on over here. Andrew CJ says, 100% Calvin. Sadly, your friend Alex from traveling abroad went to India and no one cares, and his channel is boring now to me. Now, in his defense, it may take him a little while to get his feet up underneath him, but he's going to have a different audience now because he's in India. He's only going to have people watching him who are interested in going to India. And not many people I know, not many of my viewers are interested in going to India. But once he gets his feet up underneath him there, the numbers are going to support him because that's what he's interested in. He wants the big numbers. I talked to him.
India, I was living in India for a while. I stayed in India for a while. I was in one of the states called Goa. I stayed at Bob's Inn in India. And really, the people that are watching that, those are the people taking vacations over there from Europe. They're not Americans. I was unusual. For me to be there, I was the only American over there. The rest were from Germany and parts of Europe, Ireland. That's a vacation spot over there for those guys.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Vince, for the super chat. He said, G is a legend. He got interviews with Al Sharpton. Yeah, we're not saying that. Hold it. We respect that, man. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that nobody gives a damn about Al Sharpton who watches Filipino vloggers. That's all I'm saying. He can
but sometimes it's good to know the pedigree of who's giving you the story.
Right.
Now, okay, now I can tell you about the first Filipino girl who I had a relationship. The most funniest thing that happened to me, we went shopping and bought canned corn, whole canned corn, kernel, whole canned corn. And so I go to cook, and so I said, "Where's the corn?" She put it in the refrigerator. I said, "Oh my God, you don't put canned corn in the refrigerator?" But you see, that's just how things are here.
Maryland's laughing at that because it's the truth. They don't see Filipinos.
Yeah. But they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? But then it's there are a lot of there are just so many different experiences that I could talk about being with Filipino women. But one thing I admire about Filipino women, that if you find someone who wants to be with you, she will stay with you. But you have to understand something. I admire those cats, Calvin, who can find girls on the internet. I admire those who can go to dating chat sites and all that. And I've seen some wonderful success stories about what happened. But it's not for me. For me personally, the best way to meet a girl in the United States, in Timbuktu, or in the Philippines is to find one who's on the job. If she's working in a store, if she's working somewhere like this, she's working, and you know where she's at, and every day you stop by and you chisel and you chisel and you chisel. Will you go out with me? Bing. And see,
and she's got that background check. She's got that background check, which I don't know, and I believe they have to pay for that.
But she's already shown you that she can take care of business. She's already shown you that she can be dependable. Yeah. A girl on the internet can't show you that. A girl on the internet who you're meeting chatting like this, she can't show you any of her pedigree. Only pedigree that you can be assured of is that there's another motherfucker on the side she's chatting to. That's it. But like I said, Mike, those who do meet, and like I said, I've seen some wonderful success stories. No doubt, like a match made in heaven. But you know what? God bless you, because as soon as you get together, in my mind, from my experience, she wants you to burn your phone. She wants you to get rid of your Facebook. She wants to get rid of all this stuff and stop putting these demands, because and if you find a girl who's dating on the internet, I guarantee you she's got 5 Facebook accounts.
The first thing I did when I met that, I met a really just a wonder. When you say guapa, oh man. And the first thing I did, I looked at her and I thought, should I do it? I don't know. Should I? I took my SIM card out and I went like this. There's all my black book, lady. You're it now. I tore that SIM card out.
Rob, what did she do? What did she do? Did she do the same?
Then what she did is she grabbed my hand and strolled me around the city to make sure everybody knew I was hers.
But what did she do? What did she do with her SIM card?
Oh, you know what she did, man. You know what she did.
Okay.
Let me say this.
Okay. All is fair in love and war, my brother. All I'm saying is that there has been no girl in this world who I wanted that I didn't get. Because you know why? Because I got her from the job. That's just me. That's how I travel. That's how I go. That's how I get them. I get them from the job.
But you bearing witness to what I tell guys all the time. If you go to the mall and you want to get a girl, she's going to be the one working there. Not the
That's
one
right.
passing through on the show. It's the one working there at the restaurant who takes your orders and all that. They're trained to talk. They're not afraid to talk to you. It's their job to talk to you. And if you go to a place 3 times, the Filipinos, they got a talent for putting you at ease. It's like they've been knowing you their whole life. If you go to Jollibee 3 times and you like the cashier and you get in her line 3 times in a row, the 4th time, you can ask her some personal questions. Give me that number. Sure. Do this, do that. It's the truth. I'm thankful that you're on here to bear witness to that.
I tell you what, if you're like me, and if you're standing on a line at a grocery store and you got a cashier, by the time I get to her, I'd have married her, have grandkids in my mind. But Calvin, you're right. You're right. There's no better way. I mean, call me old school if you want. Now, I respect those. You see, I don't have the patience or the time to sit on the. When I first got out of prison in 1999 and haven't had a pair of handcuffs on me since, you do the math, how many years that's been. And I went online and I met a girl because, on dating line or whatever. And I said, we'll meet. For some reason, when I went on dating lines back in 1999, 2000, they always sent me some big, fat girl like this. I said, what am I doing wrong? And when she rolled up in the car, I said, oh, no. And
I have to agree. I have to agree with. I do agree with you that the best woman that I've been married several times, and the woman that I understood the best was working at a mall when I met her there. I was doing a little business inspection, and then I came back after work, and I said, I'll bet you always say no. And she said, what are you talking about? But I could see what she was doing business. She was working in a shoe store, and she would never sell somebody a size 11 when they needed a 10.5. You can see how they're doing business.
Hey, Robert.
Wait, Calvin. Okay, come on, Calvin. Come on.
Y'all the nitty gritty on how to pick up a woman in the Philippines. Because they like little corny stuff like that. You go up to her and say, I bet you always say no. And she's going to be shocked. Well, what do you mean? And then you hit that after that. But that's the kind of stuff they like over here. They don't like that. Oh, you're so beautiful and you're the nicest looking woman I've ever seen. They're going to do that. But if you walk up to them and say, I bet you always say no, they're going to be interested. They're going to be like, well, what is he talking about?
Well, I learned that from my father. My father, if he needed something done, maybe get a windshield fixed or whatever, he said, I'll bet you can't fix this by noon. Well, of course I can fix that by noon.
Put the challenge to him. But Calvin, you're right. When I came to the Philippines, I went to this thing called Dating Asians. I remember Dating Asians. And I went online, I put in a profile, and I sent it. And this one girl bit the hook. She bit the hook, and so her and I chatting, and she says, my birthday's coming. I said, stop. I said, what is your name? I said, I will send you 1,000 pesos now. So this way you get the money thing off your mind, so you don't got to spend energy thinking about how you're going to ask me for it. Let me send you 1,000 pesos now, so this way we can go on and do what we're going to do. So I sent 1,000 pesos. So we chatted. We do video chat. She was never really chatting. She was always showing me her family in the background like this. So I said, okay. She said she's coming to Cebu. I said, okay, we will meet. That time came. She said, no, why don't you come to my house? That time came. She said, oh, no, you can't come to my house. I said, okay, that's it. I said, that's it. It's over. It's over. You see, because, it was no need for me. I know what she wants. I mean, I know she's on there to get money. So I had enough of CeeLo to just look, shut the fuck up. Let me send you 1,000 pesos. And this way we keep talking. And if you're the one, baby, you're gonna be a queen. If you're not, then hit the bricks. And I never been back on dating Asians again or anything like that. You see?
Yeah, see, Yusuf Omar Habib says Al Sharpton. See, if I put Al Sharpton in my title, no matter what content, I may have the best content about the Philippines ever. But if I put I met Al Sharpton at a bar in the Philippines, nobody's gonna click on that, man.
No, but see, Calvin. I mean, you know, this is what I'm talking about pedigree. I'm gonna tell you something. This is talking about pedigree. You didn't just birth yourself on YouTube.
That's
You
right.
have a past. Calvin, I am an interviewer. I'm dying to know what your life was like in the U.S.
But you should
I'm
already
dying
have
to
a
know
video.
how your day-to-day, your struggle was, or your day-to-day hustle. I love to know that, because you know what? That's going to bond me closer to you, because I say, oh, wow, yeah, I can relate to that too, because you're talking to foreigners. You see, you're talking to foreigners. Okay, yeah, okay,
When I see Calvin, coming out there.
But I'm saying you can't sustain a channel, a Philippine channel, with that. You have to bring that along. That's exactly what I do. I put my life out there so people can know.
I thought, and really that's where I picked up on you, Calvin, when you're giving your story, Calvin, and I picked up on that. If this guy's going to the city of Zamboanga and he's thriving and he's building up his muscles and he's looking all chummy, that's just like, hey, if that guy can do it.
Right, that's the whole point. But you should have a video that somebody can look to and be like, how did he end up in the Philippines? Who is he?
It's from the bottle. From the bottle. Here, put it in the freezer. Here.
I agree that is useful. But I'm saying if your content can't be on anything but the Philippines. If you live in you own it to grow. Here's what this guy said. A man uses. He said Philippines are bust. I don't watch Thai or India or Indonesia or whatever vloggers. And he's true. He's telling the fact. This is facts. Filipino people who watch Philippine vloggers, man, they're obsessed with the Philippines. They don't want to hear about nothing else but the Philippines. How can I meet somebody over there? What's it cost over there? Am I going to be accepted? Do they welcome me? That's what they want. They don't give a damn.
I'm looking like, come on and tell me, where's that fountain of youth? I want to get a restart.
It's the place where dreams are made.
Hey, sure. Tell them who you are, Rob. He better ask somebody.
About 2 videos ago, I posted a thing on there about this one guy from Germany. He's an old guy. He's an old guy, a teacher, or whatever it is. And he had he had to be easily over 65, around my age or whatever. And he had this gorgeous, young, 38-year-old Filipino girl. I mean, my God, me and I was just watching a show on one of these paternity suit things where they were giving the guy rip because he was like 38 and she was like about 19. And how could you be going with someone like that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This man is happier than a pig in shit because, I mean, look, if you ever been to a VA hospital where there's old cats in there, and the nurse walks up to them and say, "Hi, sweetie," and that old guy go like this, like this, because he's moving his seat. Because man has always lived his life for woman. You understand? You see, so being able to have someone beautiful walking around you or at your beck and call.
The minute I got sold.
Why wouldn't you?
I got sold on the Philippines. My first visit, I was sold. I was up on the 2nd floor on a Robinson's Mall, and I'm looking down in the park, watching like an 80-year-old man, and he's got a Filipino on each side, and I saw, man, that's the life of Riley. I got to have some of that.
Haitian gunman. He says, that dude in the hat, man, you talk too much.
Well, it's okay. Well, it's okay, baby. Is this a talk video?
He told you,
okay.
You put the thing, some people, he can go on and on. He's got the gift of gab, and that's why he's going to be a successful YouTube vlogger, and they're just being jealous. Don't listen to it.
Well, you know what? I talk too much. You type too much.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Gerard, you are an artist, man.
Huh?
You are an artist.
Oh man, man. I mean, you know.
He can make the time fly. You know, this is what I enjoy. Thank you, George.
All I'm doing,
Thank you.
hey, you know, I'm doing a balancing out act because this is Calvin's thing. I respect
You're
this man
excited
so
about
much.
life. What's
You know what
wrong
I'm
with
saying?
being excited
Yes,
about life? For
I'm
God's
excited
sakes.
about life. And I'm telling you my experience, just like with Filipino girls. I'm telling you my experience. Let me tell you, I was shocked when I landed in the Philippines. And I walked out during the daytime. I said, damn, all these bitches look alike. Long hair, white skin, you know, a little belly. I said, wow. I thought they were very fertile. So someone told me it's rice belly. You know. But I'm telling you, man. There's nothing like it. There's nothing.
No, you're excited, and I want to hear about it. I can listen. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to
No, you
listen.
tell me more about yourself. You've been pretty quiet. Well, so where'd Calvin go?
No, that's what people want. They come here for entertainment. They're not coming here to just, you know, they want to hear. They want to get. They want to get excited.
Right. Well,
Hey,
you see,
somebody
that's
had
why.
a,
You see, this is what I tell you about my not knowing much about the internet. I went and got my glasses because I realized that people are texting on the bottom, and I had no idea what they were texting on the bottom, you know, because of my eyesight. And it just so happens that when I text, they say, "Oh, that guy with the hat talks too much." Sir, my name is Gerard, black in the Philippines with the truth.
Hey,
so check me out, and you'll really see how much I talk. You know. So anyway, but
give him a thumbs up. Give him a thumbs up. That's what
Yeah.
Okay, but see,
Hey,
but just
I need a tune up.
you
Now,
know,
what happened? I don't know what happened. Did you reboot the computer? Yeah. She had to reboot the internet.
Hey, you know, I'm gonna say this. I look at little girls. And I imagine how beautiful they're gonna be when they grow up. I look at old women, and I imagine how beautiful they were when they were young. And I look at girls in my circumference, and I say, how much?
Hey, Michael, let me ask Michael, beat your life up.
yeah.
Did you end up meeting somebody over here, Michael?
Say what?
Did you end up meeting somebody over here?
Yeah, I met my girlfriend Wenji. I met her online before I came to the Philippines, and I got the land and grab treatment. But honestly, I couldn't be happier.
How old is she?
Good. Like I said, it works. It works for those who are willing to work it. That's what they say in the self-help group. It works if you work it.
Let him finish.
Yeah. She's 24.
Go ahead. How old is she?
She's 24. I'm her first boyfriend.
Oh, she was a virgin.
Her first boyfriend, and she's 24?
Yes. And she just
good for
finished.
You. Good for you.
She just finished college last year. So she's right at that 24 to 28 range, which I think is probably the best I'm 44, but for a lot of guys, I think that's the best range for a lot of the reasons why you mentioned, Calvin, because they're out of college, they might have a degree, they probably don't have children yet, they haven't had time to be brainwashed by a Filipino man yet. They have had a lot of experience growing up to that point. So they're very mature 24 to 28-year-old women that will knock your socks off, man. So I think that's the best range, man. I really do.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
And he did it for himself. Yeah, he's a good friend of Calvin, and he did it for himself. Calvin ain't out there for hookups, guys, by the way. And if you've watched his channel long enough, you're going to know he's not a matchmaker, but he'd like to see you find your match.
Now,
that's right, Robert.
You got to remind them again. But a lot of guys, they come out here, they want to do that so they can turn the video over to the NBI and say, look, I told you that he's over there running an illegal dating. They accuse me of running an illegal
I'm just
dating.
going to say bullshit, bullshit. Calvin, have I ever
Are you
asked you
ready
for a
to blood
hookup?
some babies, Calvin?
You've known me for a long time. You've known me for a long time. I've never asked you for a hookup. That's just ridiculous, man. If you can't polish your own apple, what are you?
Let me tell you something. If you come to the Philippines and you're looking for somebody to hook you up, something's wrong with you. I came here when I was 64, 61, or whatever. I could not believe not one look, two look, three looks. Girls were like this at me. I said, "You're looking at me like that? You're giving me that much love in your eyesight?" I said, "I can't believe it." In the United States, I don't get look like that unless I got a $20 bill hanging out my pocket, a $100 bill hanging out of my pocket, or a rock. You see what I'm saying?
How do you like?
So
how do you like that girlfriend?
Come here,
you like that girlfriend experience?
How women look at you.
Franz, thanks for the super chat. Now, Franz is over here now. He said, "What's up, brother Cal in the panel?" He said, "Mike, what's up, man?" And
what's up, Franz?
Y'all hung out together, right, Mike?
Yeah, Franz is a much better looking guy than that picture, by the way. You should change that, dude. That's probably when you had a little extra weight.
But
he's,
you see,
Franz is one of the he's a rare kind of dude, but he's kind of like the new breed. It's a lot of 40-something years old coming over here like Mike, and the women are swooning over him. When Franz goes to the mall, and they, well,
Franz is like 7'3". He's like 7'3", 250.
Wait, I tell you a funny story. I walked up to this girl. I said, "Hey, yo, can I talk to you?" She said, No. I said, "Why?" She said, "You too big. You too big." I said, "No, that's the other black guy. I'm not that big." I want to tell you something, man.
Yeah. Well, it's funny
meeting girls here is easy. It's easy. You see, I can't imagine someone traveling halfway around the world to meet a girl. But you understand that love has no boundary, and that's where that comes in. I have a friend of mine who came from Florida, and he was paying this girl's rent. He was giving her 5,000 pesos a month for a year, $500 a month for a year, and he told her he was coming to surprise her, and they were gonna get married, all this stuff like this. So he decided to jump on a plane and come and surprise her. He ended at the door that he's been paying rent there for a year. And when he knocked on the door, she said, "Go away, go away, go away. You can't be here, you can't be here." And he was like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" It turned out that she was married, and the whole time for 1 year, she's been jerking his chain. You understand? You understand? But that's, he had nowhere to go or anything like this, sitting on the side of the road because he didn't know anything about the Philippines or nothing. I took him under my wing.
Travel Mike.
I took him under my wing, but shit happens, man. You have to try and error. You have to try and error, man. The Philippines is good. The women are good. One thing about the Filipino girl, and excuse me, brother, if I'm talking too much, but one thing about the Filipino girl is that the Filipino culture would be with you for life. You understand? Just like Mike is talking about, he met the girl 24 years old or whatever. She will be with you for life. You understand? She ain't looking for nobody else. She ain't trying to find out better than you.
Because she found something that you can't find.
Because the Filipino girl and the family is obligated to improve the family status. And the only way she can prove the family status is getting with a foreigner.
Where are you gonna find that girlfriend experience, guys? You're gonna find it where you're at, or you're gonna have to do some traveling?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some traveling. But
Look.
it's the true girlfriend experience over here. They've got it down pat, man. Everybody who's ever been with a Filipino will tell you. I don't care how long you chat with online. When you see her in person, she's gonna put you at ease like you've been knowing her their whole life.
Dude, the
I mean,
days
I
will
wouldn't
just melt
do that
away.
before.
Talk to me, Michael.
When Merlin met me, we was talking and acting like we've been knowing each other for years. Hell, we just met, you know, less than 2 weeks ago, but all of a sudden,
It's that girlfriend experience.
that's right. That's what I need. I need that because I'm a 59-year-old simp. More power to the simps over here.
Wait. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Mia. Wait, hold. Mia. Here. Come here, say hello. Say hello. Wave with the fellas. You see, now Mia was a girl who, when I met her, keeping to myself, true to form, is that she was working on a job in a restaurant. She worked there. Yeah. I went there and I saw her and I talked to her because I know she's on the job. She fit the criteria of what I was looking for. How? Because she was working. You understand? You see? And it worked out.
Can we get to that question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christoph Wolfgang, thanks for the super chat. He says, can you actually function in the Philippines if you don't own a house, wife, and kids? Absolutely.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Mike is right there right now. He can tell you. You didn't have a house, wife, or kids here, did you, Mike?
No, but the longer I stay there, I end up maybe wanting them.
Christopher, you are crazy. Don't you hear what we're saying? You don't need a wife. You don't need a kid. You can come here and be single, man. And let me tell you, man. I mean, if you were here single, I mean, my God, this whole country is yours. As long as you're respectful, mindful, and don't make babies, because a lot of foreigners come and just make babies and jet. And you know what? I really feel for those Filipino girls, because I know 3 or 4 of them who come and met somebody like this and got pregnant and the guy took off. I mean, it hurts me to my heart, because you know what? If you make a baby, you're responsible for that. I mean, you're not in wartime where you need to roll over in a tent, just to have something warm to get next to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's really sad, because you're plunging them into a poverty that
can you give us the name of your channel again? Would you give us the name of your channel again?
Yeah, my channel is called Gerard, Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. So I can just put Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth, because
I'm gonna have you for a few
I just said Black in the Philippines with the Truth, thanks to Calvin.
No. So, here's what I'm gonna do.
So this way he gets some of the responsibility too.
Let me say this. I know that you got a lot to offer, man, but people just aren't watching you. So I'm gonna have you on the panel for a few weeks if you're available, so people can get to know you and click on your channel and click on your videos, because we need everybody's input, man. We got to have a community over here. I don't have all the answers. You got answers. I don't have
Calvin.
Today you co-signing a lot of stuff that I've said already, and I like that, because I'm not on here hustling people. I'm telling you how it really is. And when I tell you, if you're going to pick up a woman at the mall, you make sure she's working there. Don't try to pick up these. You don't know who you're going to get. The mall is like a show here in the Philippines. They put on their best behavior, their best clothes. It's 3 or 4 of them together. Okay.
They got fake shopping bags.
Calvin, on that note, You go to a lot of these little open bars, you know, where there are foreigners sitting in the bars, and there's Filipino girls coming in the bars like this, and they talking to the foreigners, and you pull a girl from that bar. I guarantee you she's been with at least 5 motherfuckers in that bar already.
What you get there?
You understand what I'm saying? You understand? You know, because that's her thing. Her thing is getting a foreigner here, a foreigner here. After she's done with him, she gets another one or whatever, man. I'm telling you, man. You know.
Yeah, so what are you saying? You don't want to. Now look, he's going to co-sign something else I already said. So you don't recommend dating a Filipino that's already been with a foreigner?
No. I don't recommend dating a Filipina who hangs out in open bars. You know, wherever there's foreigners sitting around drinking. You know, I don't. I mean, wait. Okay, let me tell you this. We have a club here called Why Not. I don't know if some of you know Why Not or whatever it is.
It's world renowned.
Okay. So after it closed, whatever girl that didn't hit or pick up somebody inside the bar, she's open season to whoever's outside. So I'm on my scooter. She comes to me and says, "Hi, how you doing?" I said, "What's up?" I said, "Wait, did you eat dinner?" She says, "No." I said, "You want some barbecue?" She says, "Yes." I said, "Get on my bike." So she gets on my bike. I take her somewhere we ate barbecue. So now we full. I say, "You Passat?" Passat means, "Are you full?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, well, you know, what are you doing?" She said, "Well, you know, I'm trying to make money." Oh, you're trying to make money. I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I tell you what." I said, "How much?" You said 1,000. I said, "Look, I tell you what."
1,000.
Wait, Calvin. I said, "I can give you 1,000 pesos, but if I give you 1,000 pesos, you're going to work very, very hard. Or I can give you 500 and take you home." I said, "What do you want?" She said, "Wait, you give me 1,000 pesos and I have to work very hard? Or you give me 500 and I take you home?" I said, "Yeah." I take the 500 and I go home. Smart girl. And I give her 500 and I take her home. You see, you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that because that's how I roll. I don't know how you would handle it, because you know what was more important to me? What was more important to me was having this beautiful Filipino girl walk up to me, to my scooter, and talk to me, and I don't take her. You see, but I'm taking to go eat and send her ass home. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you.
Sometimes you got to keep face,
watch
Calvin.
out for Gerard on a scooter.
No, let me ask you, Gerard. That's all she wanted was 1,000?
Well, that's all she said was 1,000. Calvin, if you're paying more than 1,000 for a girl, they must have saw you coming.
Hey, thanks, girls, the LPC game.
Calvin, how much have you paid, Calvin? How much have you paid? Your wife right there. You see, look, Mike, Robert, look, he look over there. He can't say.
I never paid over here. I mean, I never paid like that. Hell, you see,
wait. I'm gonna tell you something.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. I got hookers. I got hookers, and even hookers here in the Philippines that would do me on credit. Now, unless you able to have hookers do you on credit, you ain't in my league. You understand what I'm saying? Because they have that much trust.
Yeah, we're playing different sports, bro.
I paid. Look, listen. I paid, but in a different way. You know, you all gonna pay, but that part, I can't work on the clock good. But let me recognize Darzel PC Gaming. Thanks for that super chat. He said, "Thank you, Calvin, and the panel for the truth." See, because that's what we're giving you, the nitty gritty. But
okay, yeah, right on.
I don't work good on the camera. I mean, on the clock. If when you come in there and then she takes off her clothes, you got to take off yours, and then you're on the clock.
You got to wait for her to open the little towelette.
Yeah, I don't work like that. Because then now I'm nervous and all of that, and
they got a lot of festivals over there.
Okay. Mike, Robert, Calvin, can we talk?
Yeah.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk, Robert?
Let's have it.
Okay, Mike, can we talk?
Yeah, man, whatever.
Have you ever had a Filipino girl squirt?
No.
Huh?
Look at Robert.
Huh?
Take off his face,
Huh?
Robert. What are you looking at?
Huh?
You know, hey, yeah. Well, I'm good. Hey, I'm going to tell you,
I had one.
not a Filipina girl.
The
But
truth,
listen, I
brother.
got,
The truth.
What are you talking about? Pee in your face or something? No, we don't do that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to find out if you ever had a Filipino girl squirt. Huh?
I mean, what's that mean? Pee in your face or something? Or what?
Huh?
What does that mean? Pee in your face? I mean, I don't know what you
No,
mean.
not pee, brother. Google girl squirting and you'll see what it is.
close to that, and then the aftermath is she's just, happy. That's you want to keep it happy. But
Okay.
listen,
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out on a different venue here. If you're out of, they got a lot of festivals over there. How do you split these girls up, or do you just line up the friends and how do you get the information out there if you're not at the mall and you meet a group of girls at, say, a walking mall or some area?
Oh, look.
Okay.
Meeting girls is easy. Meeting girls is easy.
Dude, they're
You know what I'm
falling out
saying?
of the trees, Robert.
I mean,
Like,
there's
I'm talking about
Wait,
a group of girls.
There's no combination, no secret, unless the girl's a freak. If a girl's a freak, she know what it is that she wants. And let me tell you, there are a lot of freaky Filipino girls that know what they want. But I also tell you that there are a lot of freaky Filipino girls who are on the down low. I've had a girl that when she come to my place, she had to wait. Okay, open your gate now. Boom, and she would go in so nobody would see her. You understand? I mean, it just depends upon what you
I'm
want.
saying is when they're in a group together, like at a festival or whatever, are these girlfriends trying to block you? Or are they trying to be part of what's going on there?
Well, it's hard.
You always go for the ugly one.
the group dynamics, Robert, in like if you're at a Kentucky
The ugly
Fried
one is
Chicken,
always gonna be the one that blocks. So get her, and then you got the rest of the crew. Get the ugly girl first.
or a
It's
McDonald's.
just that simple.
Or maybe not. I don't know.
If you see a group of girls, they're usually with other guys too. So if you get a feel for what's going on in those dynamics, you'll get it faster. Which of the girls is available.
Well, you know what? When I'm out having a good time, I am out having a good time. I'm not out looking for no one or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, if you find a girl that you're interested in and you ask her out, you always say to her, you can bring a chaperone. Once she knows that you would bring a chaperone, then she says, you know what? I can trust him because he wants me to bring someone to be with me. And if your game is good, then it'll work. But you always let her know that she doesn't have to come by herself because she's fearful like everyone else is. You don't say, come on, baby, I'm going to take you out somewhere, whatever like this. And you can bring a chaperone. She might bring her mother. I had a girl once who I wanted to go out with, and she brought her mother. And you know what? I'm still fighting off her mother till this day. Her mother fell in love with me more than she did. You understand what I'm saying? But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you were out with them, you had a good time or whatever. You see, this is what you do. You have to know how to make it palatable for a person who's not exposed to the depravity, to the disgustedness, to the frequency of being an American girl. Because let me tell you something. An American girl, by the age she's 25, she's done had so many partners that you know, I believe no one man can satisfy one woman, and no one woman can satisfy one man. You settle. So you decide how you want to settle. You want to settle with a woman who's had 25 to 50 men, or you want to settle with the girls that maybe had one or two?
Yeah, well,
Most
over here, it seems
most
it
Filipino
seems like,
girls, most Filipino
seems
girls, most
Go
Filipino
ahead.
girls have only had the father of their kids and maybe someone else. And that's what makes her unique. That's what makes her special. That's what makes her, you know, a
It
keeper.
seems to me that the biggest turnoff that I could have with a girl be out on a date and she's got her phone as her chaperone. You know, she's paying more attention to her phone than she is to what you got to say.
Let me answer this.
Robert,
girl.
if you're not
Never
man
seen-
enough to say from the beginning of the date, look, let's turn our phones off.
Hold on, Gerald.
You see,
Let me
go
get
ahead, go
this.
ahead, Calvin. I'm sorry.
Gerald's PC Gaming says he really wants to find a good way to find a house over there. I have been searching like crazy, so hard to do from here. Yeah, if you're overseas, it's impossible to try to find a house from there. You have to come here and ask around and
So buying a house or renting one?
locals or something like that. Now, when you're talking about buying or renting, I don't know. But yeah, I would wait till I get over here, and then now foreigners, you know, there's a guy here. He's very affluent, probably one of the wealthiest men in all the Negroes Occidental. Follows my channel. He said He said foreigners don't have to sign the sugar contract, but he didn't go into any detail. The thing is, under normal circumstances, we can't own land over here. So you can lease that land, which is what I'm gonna have Maryland do to the land across in Toledo. She's gonna lease it back to me for 25 years. And you know, I'm 59, so hell, I'll probably be dead in 25 years. But it's, you know, it's just a lot that goes on with trying to own a house over here. You can get a condominium, Darzel, but it's a lot going on when you're trying to buy a house. That's why when we built this house, man, from the beginning, I said, this is yours. I'm not trying to own this. I don't want that headache over here. I didn't come over here for headaches. Wall Street Bets, thanks for the super chat, said, Gerard, your comments are not for Calvin's channel. He said, that's bad, you know, and yeah, let's kind of, you know, the squirt thing and all that, you know, let's kind of keep that off the channel. But the other stuff he's saying is the nitty gritty, really, over here when it comes to dating women. He's giving a lot of good knowledge, you know. We don't want to be as explicit, but he's telling the truth, you know, about meeting a girl on the job, you know, coming to them in a subtle way because they don't like aggression. They don't like aggressive men. You know, so if you say something silly like what Robert said, I bet you're going to tell me no, you're going to turn me down anyway, but I'm going to ask you. You know, something.
Right. You're right, Calvin. Calvin, you know what I do? You know, Mia told me I should. I said, well, I go into a place. Hello, girlfriend, and Mia says, no, you don't say it. You don't call them girlfriends because girlfriends means different here in the Philippines than it does in your country. I said, well, you know what? I'm not from this country. I'm from my country. So I walk into a place. I say, hey, girlfriend, come here, girlfriend. Come here, girlfriend. And usually when there's 4 or 5 girls working in there, there's 1 hour talking. Come here, girlfriend. Where's my girlfriend at? Where's my girlfriend at? And it makes them laugh. They have a lot more fun with my calling them all girlfriends than my kids coming in and say, yeah, just give me a pack of this. Just give me a pack of this. That makes me more memorable. Because one thing I hate to be is not memorable. Even when I was in the U.S., If I walked in the 7-Eleven, I say, "Hey, what's up, motherfuckers?" And then they say, "Oh, here he comes," like this, because they know when I walk through that door, I come in peace. You see,
Hey, Robert,
that's
I'm
more
gonna
important.
send you.
That's more important to me than anything else. So when I walk into a business and the girls there, "Hey, girlfriends," and they say, "Hi, hi," they all got to smile for me because because I have a lot of girlfriends. Anybody have any girlfriends? I have a lot of girlfriends, but I have one lover. That one lover is my wife. That's the only lover I have. Well, unless I have a lot of boyfriends. No, I got a lot of cats who I know, but they don't know what cats are. But I have a lot of girlfriends from around the world. They all know they are my girlfriends. Why? Because they are my girlfriends. And that's how I relate to. I can walk out here and go right to the closest store and say, "Girlfriend, do you have this?" And she, because you see, what you want, if you don't learn the language, and it's important that you learn the language.
Hey,
Calvin, I heard you say "my boot." I heard you say, "good morning." I heard you speak, the language, because that's so important when you come to any country, not just if any country, to learn a little bit of the language because they respect you more. Go, Calvin.
Let me say, Robert Sanford says, "Send me the link, and I'm here with 3 Filipinos that like your channel, and we can get on the panel." Okay, I sent you the link in the messenger, Robert. So come on online. It sounds to me like here's why I tell y'all that being around a lot of foreigners is good for you at times. It sounds to me like, Gerard, there's not a lot of foreigners where you live, right?
There's what?
Is there a lot of foreigners where you live?
A lot of foreigners where I live?
Yeah.
Calvin, I think about 4 days ago was the first foreigner who I saw in the whole 2 years I've lived here. I don't see a lot of foreigners here.
I can tell.
Because Avalon is just the distance between Dumaguete and Tanghai. Vroom, vroom. They go right through it. So there's not a lot there. You know what I'm saying? But I was surprised when I saw him, and he was from France, Italy. And I said, "You know what? You're the first foreigner was here." But no, I don't see it. When I first came here,
I can tell because you're letting all of that energy out right now. See, I've been over here long enough to know when you don't talk to foreigners and you get a chance to talk to foreigners,
it's like that.
It's no fault of your own, but you let it all out, and that's what he's doing today, guys.
Because you know why, Calvin?
Wait.
I crave to speak my mother's tongue.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And you can learn a lesson from Gerard today, guys, because it's okay to be around foreigners. Guys say, "I'm going to go somewhere where there's no foreigners." No, you really don't want that. The reason I'm starting this community and this support group, because it gets damn lonely over here, man. When all you hearing is Bisaya, Tagalog, Chavacano all day long, and you don't get to have that intimate, personal conversation.
Hey, Calvin, can I ask you, are you going to do the, I guess you'd call it a highlights or outtakes with John Wells?
I'm going to do that now that I've gotten back. See, where I was, it limits me, man. The Wi-Fi is touch and go in these little hotels, man. That's why I hardly do any live streams, because I don't trust the Wi-Fi. But now that I'm back, I'm going to do that because I owe that to John. I owe that to bring him back.
But he was good conversation at McDonald's on a weekend, wasn't he?
Absolutely, every Friday, man. And that's one thing that John was good for. He was a good conversationalist. He knew a lot about a lot of different subjects.
Man after my own heart.
Yeah. And see, he wasn't afraid.
But you know what? Speaking about that, You know, here in the Philippines, you meet a lot of foreigners. You know, I knew a lot of foreigners. We used to get together. We used to play cards, talk, shoot the woolly bubble, and then we had the election.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the universe shut him down.
It tore a lot of us apart. You know, so you know, being able to, you know, talk to people, you know, was you know, it's a blessing, man. It's been just like chatting with us, what we're chatting now. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. I kind of lost my thought, but it's okay because it'll come back. I'm not going to spend too much time because I got so much on my mind. But I'm going to thank Calvin again for inviting me on his channel. You know, to be able to introduce myself to his people. Calvin, I have to tell you the truth. I want everybody to witness what I'm going to tell now to Calvin. Okay. Calvin, what I did was when I first mentioned you on the video, I put on there, I was watching this cat called Hassan Campbell. If you don't know Hassan Campbell, he talks about a lot of shit with the raps and all that stuff going on. So I said, I know, I'll put Sunshine Shoulders in the opening, you know, statement of what the video is about. So it says Sunshine Shoulders, a pull-up. And when I put Sunshine Shoulders with the letter A, you know, because that's the first one that comes up on his thing, Sunshine Shoulders, A, pull up, boom. I was getting so many views. I said, oh, man, it worked. Oh, it worked. It worked. And then I put another one up, Sunshine Shoulders, a complaint. And that's what I talk about complaint. But see, I say that because you know, what do you say? Flattery is the best compliment whenever you duplicate somebody or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, it was just to see if it works. Because I was watching this guy, Hassan Campbell, talk about other bloggers using his name in the subscription box. So I tried it through Calvin, and my viewership went up. Now, mind you, I don't have many viewers. If I'm lucky to get 200, I'm a happy camper. But when they shot to 600 and 700, I said, oh, shit, it worked. You know, but Calvin, I wanted to tell you that that's why I did it. To test the waters, to see if I put Sunshine Shoulders with the letter A. So you're the first one that comes up, all right?
Hey, thanks. But I want to thank you, too, because somebody told me, I think it was Red Jam Rock, said that you put me in you had something like a award show or something.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I had an award show about bloggers, and I talk about yours, you know, how your deadpan delivery, because you have a very deadpan delivery that's very penetrating to the listener. And I appreciate that. You know, I really like, you know, how you do your channel. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and so I gave you an award for hey, you know, for your communicational skills to the blogger. So yes, I did. I'm glad to hear you say that. You know, but one thing I like to know is, how do you look so bright in your videos and I'm so dark? So you need to show me what your camera setup is so I can copy it.
It's all about the lighting. There's no tricks. I'm about as stupid as you when it comes to this tech stuff, to be honest with you. Now you talking to the guy sitting to your left, Michael Beach. Well, he would be to your right, Michael Beach Life, man. He's the tech guru.
Yeah, I'm the camera head.
Yeah, he knows.
What do you see? Well, you see, I'm a photographer.
I've seen where Calvin does his video. He's just sitting with the window really right next to him.
Yeah. You see, that's why I keep moving around to see where I get the best lighting. You see, now I'm a photographer, and I've been a photographer for a long time, and so lighting has always been the key. you know. But this blogging thing is a little different, you know, and you know, so I'm always curious how bloggers they need to show this is my setup, this is what I'm using. Okay, now let's go into the video. You know what I'm saying? So this way, if you really want to teach someone, because Calvin, you look beautiful, man. I mean, look at you. I keep wondering, where's he at? You know, is he sitting in his living room, or does he have a little tripod? He just sit anywhere and just look gorgeous. I'm trying. How you doing, man? Look at me. I'm so dark like this, with glass like this. You know, but that part now. My daughter is on YouTube. Her name is Gia, G-I-A Goodrich, Goodrich. So if you Google Gia Goodrich, she also has a blog. And just like I'm a photographer, she's a photographer. And she talks about all of the ailments of being on the internet. As far as lighting, how to look good in Zoom, you know what I'm saying, you know, like this. And Calvin, in fact, I'm gonna send you the link now, so that way you'll have it. And if you want to pass it on to your viewers, at least this way they can. Okay. But Gia Goodrich, if you look at Gia Goodrich, that's my daughter. That's the one that won't talk to me.
Okay. Now, Mr. Wolfgang says, I'm going to visit Gerard when I get to the Philippines. He needs someone to drink with and talk to. See, this is true. And this is why the universe put it on my man. I never met him before, but it put it on my man to put him on the panel. And I'm glad I did. And I know he's talking a lot, guys, but he's teaching you something. You need people around you over here. One man is not an island. Okay. Y'all want to be in the province. Y'all want to do this and do that. You're going to go crazy over here, man. I'm telling you from experience. When I was down in Zamboanga, I didn't have nobody to talk to. And the minute that somebody wants to talk to me, man, I threw up all on them. And that's all that Gerard is right now. He's lonely down there, man.
Calvin,
he got nobody to talk to. So I'm glad he was able to come on and he'll feel better after the video.
Calvin, like I said, I was very honored to get the invitation to come on to whatever it is you're doing. And you did it at the right time, because I was just coming in from tennis and I looked at my phone, because like I said, I'm up at 1 a.m. I check whatever it is that morning, but then I don't look at my phone until I come back in for tennis. You know, but you know, I will now. You know, I'm here for you. You know, that I will, you know, be more than happy to take part in what it is that you're doing. And like I said, I am very honored that you included me. I've been wanting to kick it with you for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? You know, just to tell you, I hate you. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So Beach of Life, you're coming back mid-January?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you. So you're coming back mid-January?
Yes. Mid-January, I already have my return flight, my departure, and I have a ongoing ticket for the end of January to go to Thailand. Whether I take that or not is.
Did you eat your?
Okay, well, Mike, I'd be very disappointed that if you fly into Cebu or whatever it is, that you don't call me and come spend at least a few hours with me and my people. You're more than welcome. I have a very big house here. I have.
Thank you, Gerard.
I'm not gonna tell you what I have because I don't need to impress you. You make sure you stop by and let us know you're in the Philippines, and you're more than welcome.
Hey, just
I think Gerald is drinking. What are you drinking on over there, Gerard?
Guess.
It looked like some old Jack Daniels or some old funky Tandawai.
What kind of alcohol? Guess. Calvin, guess. You can guess what kind.
Tandawai with Coke.
Okay. That's right, Calvin. It's it's Tangawai and Coke. You know what I'm saying? You know that's why I'm kicking the youth.
So you're halfway.
it's called Truth Serum. But yeah, it's Tangerine Coke. I haven't drank it in a long time. It's because I'm kicking it with you brothers, Robert and Michael and Calvin. I decide to, to partay. And those who don't know what partay means, Google it.
Yeah, Calvin is right when he says that if you are away from English-speaking foreigners like yourself for a long period of time, you will go through this some sort of withdrawal thing where you'll start talking to yourself more than you used to, and then to the certain point where you might see some guy for the first time and you'll just throw up English all over him. I did that to TJ. He was the first guy I talked to for a long period of time when we went to the beach house. And I found out he and I had the same MOS in the Army. So it was just like throwing up on him the whole time. That's the first guy I'd met in country.
Yeah, that's right.
I hadn't talked to anybody. I was just like,
Calvin. Sorry, Michael.
Michael, where you live at, Michael?
I'm in Seattle, but I'm in Las Vegas area right now.
Oh yeah, what part of Las Vegas? I spent 2 years in. I'm gonna tell you something, Michael. They ran me out of Las Vegas so bad. I lived 2 months in a storage unit.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Because I didn't fit the cookie cutter pattern of a black man.
I'm gonna have to mute him
for
a minute.
Brother.
I want to give a shout out to Gleason Baker. Happy belated birthday, brother. Frank Tate, I'm gonna send you the link for next week's show. Robert Sanford, where are you, man? I sent you the link for to bring the women on. Robert, what you got to say?
What do I got to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Learn this.
The dragon.
Absolutely.
That's right. Some people are getting the wrong idea. I think they need to realize that that's the draw. They want to know, and really, the first thing you have to do if you're going to come to that the Philippines, learn how to spell it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna have to get off here. I was thinking that Robert Sanford was going to come on here with the women. I was going to give him a chance, but hell.
Robert, can I tell you a secret? My last 4 girlfriends, I could not spell their last names.
That's one way to do it.
Calvin, this has been real good, man. Real good therapy. I hope we do this again, man. I really do. I really do.
I'm gonna start bringing you on every week so that you can, get it off your chest.
Okay, yeah, Calvin, I'm here, baby. I'm here. I believe in you and me, wherever we will be. Y'all don't know nothing about.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him. We're gonna have to let him come on here and get everything off his chest. Because that tandem.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give him a big single.
Yeah, the tandem wire is showing up. Put a sign up there, Robert. Shut up.
Huh?
Make a sign.
Wait. Are we going back to rule number 1 again?
Michael, how old are you, Michael?
44, sir.
44.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were born in what year?
78.
Huh?
78.
Now, this is a game I play with old people, Calvin. He was born in 1978 because I'm into music. If he take 1978, add 17 to the years, and what year would that be, Michael?
About 95, maybe?
And play the greatest hits of 1995, and you will watch him cry. Because you know why? because at the age of 17, that's when most men lose the age of innocence. And music comes into their lives and it starts formulating how they feel sexually, emotionally, and creatively. So just like Robert, how old are you, Robert?
For coming
Robert, how
on,
old are you?
I'm 66.
So,
keep it simple.
okay, so you were born in 1956.
We're gonna get Gerard on next week. Thanks all my panel.
Boots on the ground.
Thanks for the show, Calvin.
Are you signing off, Calvin?
Yeah.
Okay, my brother. Okay.
Boots on the ground.
Wait. Before you do, Robert, when were you born?
1956, when my ship comes in.
Okay, so add 17 years, and what year would that be?
Well, you do the math. I'm bad. That's
How many years? 17 after the year you were born.
you do the math.
I'm doing